Participating Hustler dealers. Hustlers engineered and tested for long-lasting performance designed to keep you mowing season after season. Visit CampitOutdoors.com. Shop the Hustler Spring Sales event today. Offer valid 4/15/26 through 5/31/26 or while quantities last. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a mostly cloudy day and still kind of cool. Only a high of 67 degrees today. A northeast wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and cool down to 52. Cloudy and cool tomorrow, high of 65, with a very slight chance of a shower. With the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto Group, and I'm working today. And today, as always, we're fighting where other dealers are advertising online prices that they actually don't give. You walk in the store, they're at $1,900, $2,900, or they're saying you don't qualify for this rebate or that rebate. And of course, we have to explain that to the customers. It had me thinking, they're probably explaining to their customers that we do the same thing. Well, we do not. Whatever you see online at RedRiverAutoGroup.com will be the price you get. Check us out, RedRiverAutoGroup.com.
Be a part of a new era of Razorback football under Coach Silverfield. Join the Razorback Foundation for as little as $50 for priority access to tickets, parking, and exclusive events with coaches and players. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. As a Razorback Foundation member, you'll experience a lifetime full of Razorback memories. Go Hogs!
Burroughs and Mr. Frank's is a long-standing, iconic luxury eyewear shop in the Heights. They're family-owned and operated opticians that feature high-end designer eyewear that you can't find anywhere else. Brands like Cartier, Gucci, Salt, and State Optical. Plus, they have all their lenses from the high-tech lens crafter Zeiss, who make lenses for cameras, telescopes, microscopes, and yes, glasses. These are found only at Burroughs, and they do all the fitting and lab work right in their own in-store lab. They're at 5901 R Street in the Heights, Burroughs and Frank's Optical.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. This is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too busy once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM.
Well, they did a great job. You know, I don't think we walked anybody all day, and that's what I commented to the pitchers out there that, you know, when you're playing middle of the week before a conference series, a big series, playing a team that doesn't have games this week and they maybe can run some guys out there. The key is not give them anything. We gave them one extra at bat there in the 8th on a throw that got away. But other than that, I mean, we made them earn it. You know, they came out swinging it pretty good, and you know, Tate got out of a little bit of a jam there, and but I guess in the second inning, and then it just seemed like to us that everybody we brought in after that just did a tremendous job.
Razorbacks get the win, 5-2 over Northwestern State. What's up, everybody? Wes Moore, Joe Franklin with you. It is Out of Bounds on this Thursday. Arkansas got off to a slow start yesterday while we were on the air. They were down 2-0, but scored a run in the second and one in the fourth. Stayed tied at 2 until our guy, Steele Leaves, came into the game. 3 up, 3 down, and then quickly Arkansas scores, and Steele Leaves, the Vulture out of Lone Oak, gets his 5th win of the season.
Down 2-0, never gave up another run. Go on a 5-run streak there to end the game.
Yeah, the bullpen was awesome, outstanding yesterday, what Coach Van Horn was talking about. Colin Fisher, 4 innings pitched, no earned runs. Still one inning pitch. Parker, 1 inning pitch. Ethan McIlvain, 1 inning pitch. So the bullpen combines for 7 innings yesterday, 3 hits, no walks. That's very efficient. I mean, Steele came in 3 up, 3 down, and only threw 13 pitches. So that's one of those things. Hey, tip of the cap to Kevin Bohannon yesterday. I thought maybe we would see some of the other pitchers yesterday, and Cabo was like, this is kind of like a bullpen day for a lot of these guys. They're going to be throwing anyway, so instead of just throwing in the bullpen, go out and throw in the game and get your work in, and that's what Steele Leaves did. Parker Coyle, 3 up, 3 down. Actually, he did give up a base runner. I think he hit a guy. He faced 4 guys. Anyway, he only threw 12 pitches. And then McIlvain came in and got the save, gave up a hit, threw 17 pitches. So pretty quick outing for these guys yesterday out of the bullpen. And Colin Fisher, man, just this is the second. He did this against Missouri State, and now he's done it against Northwestern State. He's just got to take it to the weekend on the Sunday. He got the chance against Missouri Sunday and just did not pitch well. And then he comes out, looks like a whole different guy on Wednesday. And, yeah, part of it is maybe SEC competition versus midweek competition. But, guys, Missouri's not a very good team. They're better than Northwestern State, but that looked like a whole different pitcher. And some of it almost looked like mindset to me with Colin Fisher. He got off such a good start to begin the season, and then SEC play began, and he just hasn't had it since. But you see flashes like this, and you're like, man, that could be your Sunday guy again. That could be huge for this team. That's the biggest thing they're missing is pitching depth, a third starter, somebody that can help them win a regional. So it's kind of frustrating, honestly, to watch sometimes the ups and downs of Colin Fisher. But the team played well. Didn't like Coach said, no walks yesterday. That was huge. Didn't strike out a whole lot yesterday.
And it's amazing between so many pitchers that they don't walk anyone. And between the 3 guys that came in at the end, 42 pitches between 3 pitchers.
Wow. Yeah,
that's being really efficient.
Yeah, it's very effective too. We were just talking about Colin Fisher. Here's Coach.
He got a double play ball. Threw strike 1 a lot, and then got to mix it up a little bit. And we weren't going to let him stay out there too long, and he had a quick inning. And so the word to him was that we're going to let you pitch 4th inning until somebody gets on. And nobody got on, so he got through it. So it was good.
Then I guess he said, we'll let you go in the 5th inning and until somebody gets on. And nobody got. So next thing you know, he pitches the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th inning. Because he came in, Tate McGuire pitched the first 2 innings, and Colin Fisher, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So he got to go a little bit extra because of how efficient he was.
Yeah, you play well, you continue to play. And that's always a staple of coaches. If you're playing well, you get to stay in the game, and then players enjoy that part of it. So it gives them some kind of incentive to play better. Not that they're not always trying to play at a high level, but some days you have it and some days it's not going your way.
Kahil Loy was very efficient for Arkansas yesterday. He was 2 for 3 from the plate, scored 2 runs, knocked in a run, also had a walk, so he got on base 3 times. He scored the first 2 runs of the game for Arkansas. First time he had a walk with a full count, and came around to score on a Carter Rutenbar sacrifice fly, and then he led off an inning with another single and got on base, came back around, and Carter Rutenbar knocked him in. In fact, Carter Rutenbar had 2 hits, sacrifice fly, 2 RBIs, and he walked a guy yesterday. Here is Carter Rutenbar.
I was just looking for something I can hit the other way, put a barrel on it, get the job done for my team. Really, we say first available, get the job done, and that's what I did.
Cam Kojal also had 2 hits for Arkansas yesterday. He had to leave the game, though. That ankle is bothering him, obviously. He hurt it against Missouri with an awkward slide, and yesterday he was sliding into home plate, and I think it was home plate, and hit the catcher, and had to leave the game, although I don't think it's too serious. He was in the dugout the whole time, cheering on his teammates, and maybe it was just a precautionary thing. But those three guys that I mentioned, Aloy, Rutenbar, and Kozel, had 2 hits yesterday, responsible for 6 of their 11 hits, 5 runs scored total for Arkansas. They are what they are. I've decided this. That they're not going to just out. You don't want to get in a high-scoring game. Arkansas doesn't. They don't have that kind of hitters. They're going to have to win a lot of games like they did last night, 5-2. You're going to depend on pitching, and you're going to depend on the bullpen and your defense. And then they just got to scratch out some runs here or there. And that's going to have to be their recipe for success. Yeah, there'll be a game once every 2 weeks where the bats are on fire and the other pitching staff is struggling and walking guys, and you look up and they put up a crooked number, and they score 8-10 runs in a game. But for the most part, this is what they are. You're going to need to have that pitching staff depend on Hunter Dietz and Cole Gibbler in games 1 and games 2 to give you a quality start. Don't give up a whole lot of runs, and just scratch out some runs here or there. Try to win some low-scoring games. By the way, remember the bet for fun that we placed yesterday? It hit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Northwestern State plus 4.5. Final score 5-2.
Yeah.
And the under, it was 12.5, and the under with hits easily was 7 runs scored yesterday.
Yeah, it just means that, and we've heard it all season, that pitching needs to be more consistent. But we've also heard from Coach Van Horn about just the team in general being more consistent. But yeah, this is the time to try to get that all together. You're making the stretch run, about to hit postseason. This is the time to be playing your best.
Ole Miss, Friday night, 6 o'clock start. It is 6-2-2 this weekend. 6 o'clock Friday night, 2 Saturday afternoon, 2 Sunday afternoon. Usually Arkansas is a 6-2-1. The first pitch is 1 o'clock on Sunday, but it's on the SEC Network Sunday, so pushed it back an hour, 6-2-2 this weekend for Arkansas baseball. A very important series with Ole Miss. Any chances of hosting a regional, you have to win this series, and I would love to see a sweep here on out, either Ole Miss, Oklahoma, or on the road at Kentucky, and to win the other 2 series. That would get you to 18 SEC wins. 18-12 gives you a shot. It gives you an opportunity to host a regional, but look, it's going to be difficult to do, but you still got you got a chance. That's all you can ask. You got a chance. Go out there and play some good baseball to finish up the season, and you might still get to host a regional. Coming up on the show today, we're going to go and check in with Mark the Magician. He is in Kentucky, getting ready for the Kentucky Derby. Of course, the Kentucky Oaks is tomorrow, and then the Kentucky Derby is Saturday. But they have racing going on at Kentucky today, and we have racing going on at Oaklawn today. So Mark's got some picks for us. We'll pick his brain here in about 15 minutes. At 2:10 today, Richard Davenport with the Razorback recruiting report. We'll talk a little football with him. Spring game was Saturday, and Arkansas had he told us 80, an estimated 80 visitors, high school kids visiting.
That's big. Huge number.
We'll see what it looks like as far as commitments and who could be next. And then, of course, we got to talk about the portal. I have not seen this morning. I'm sure it's on social media somewhere, but I had a buddy text me where let me see the official number. Abina Kinsey looking to spend around $4.5 million for a kid. Louisville is maybe be making people in Arkansas a little nervous. Not sure of what they've offered, and I want to make sure it's not on there anywhere. If it's he's officially declared committed to Louisville yet, but no, I don't see anything.
Yeah, it seems like Arkansas gets out of the market whenever it comes to those types of numbers.
That's a big number for a 17-year-old looking to possibly reclassify, but good Lord, how much money has Louisville spent this offseason? They have loaded up in the portal, and now with a high school freshman. So That's some recruiting news we can talk to Richard about. And then at 2:30 today, we're going to talk about the Little Rock Trojans women's golf team. How about the men yesterday wrapped up the OVC golf tournament title. The women had already won the tournament title, so both Little Rock men and women are OVC champions. The women are moving on, of course, to the NCAA tournament, and Jenna Birch, their head coach, will join us at 2:30 today. Got some good golf being played in the state. Of course, the Arkansas men and women are doing really well, both ranked in the top 10. And just talked about the OVC champs. Arkansas State men are playing, I guess, right now in the Sun Belt Conference tournament semifinals. They were one of the top 4 teams to advance to the semifinals, and they're playing right now. And at 3:30 today, we're going to play an interview I had with Tay Lockett a little bit earlier. The freshman Razorback safety from Conway has made that transition. Enrolled early and just finished his first spring practice and went through the spring game on Saturday. So we'll play that interview with Tay Lockett coming up at 3:30. Really got to know him a little bit, like him a lot. And Joe, I'll tell you this, and it'll come out in the interview. He is football only. That's all that matters to him.
Really?
He's told me before, football is a job. They're getting paid for it. You got to treat it as a job. That is what you're there to do. Now, of course, he's going to school and making his grades, and he knows that's a priority too. But it is football, football, football for him.
Wow, that's interesting because we know, no matter what you do, you have likes and hobbies and things outside of what it is you do. And sometimes you do find some of those athletes that are so entrenched, they don't have time for a lot of outside things, like even something as simple as watching TV shows or going to movies or just small things like that.
Yeah, you'll hear it in the interview. I'm not going to give it away, but be sure to join us at 3:30 for that today. And thankfully, I wrote down in my book, we're giving away Razorback tickets today. We got 3 pair of Razorback tickets to give away. Let's say at after Mark 1:45 when we come back from the break. Let's do a ticket giveaway there for sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because it's for the game tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah. So keep that in mind.
You have to be able to go to that.
Yeah.
So before you call in to win something, make sure that's something you be able to do.
All right, let's go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line for the last couple minutes of this segment. 501 says, gentlemen, cue up Queen's classic, Another One Bites the Dust. That's right. It's unprecedented as today marks the 7th D1 tennis program, North Dakota, cut in less than a week. A brutal stretch for college tennis. Oh.
Yeah, that is.
Well, I can't go into the details because I don't know the details, but I do know there is a movement going on, and there is a glimmer of hope to save the Arkansas tennis program. Let's just leave it right there.
That's encouraging.
It is. It is encouraging. And that's weird. That message got deleted. Okay. And this one from the 870. It's from Hunter Yurchek. Quote, oh, hey, by the way, I know both the men and women's golf teams just got to the NCAA tournament, but we are cutting golf.
Oh, boy. Yeah, well, you knew that there would be plenty of jokes about it.
That's not happening. I'll tell you that. That's a Tyson pet right there. Tyson is all about basketball, golf, track and field. That golf program is safe and secure. I promise you. Don't worry about that. All right. Anything else last night? Joe, a little bit of surprise in the NBA. I did not see the Rockets beating the Lakers. LeBron in closeout games at home has been just almost perfect. It's just you count on it. It's done deal. Last night didn't happen.
Yeah, they played a certain way throughout the series without 2 of their better players and efficient scorers and guys that bring a lot to the table. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves returns to the lineup last night, and really they didn't look the same, not only offensively but defensively. It seemed like They were giving up wide open shots. Rockets were always able to pass the ball around and find the open player. They were knocking down threes. That happened to be the difference in just kind of some of those threes they were able to come up with late in the shot clock, knock them down. And Lakers made it interesting where down the stretch they had a chance. They got within 4, couple of baskets, but anytime they got close like that, Rockets would hit another shot, extend the lead, and they were able to get it done 99-93 in the end.
So Rockets still trail this series 2-3, but they're going back home for game 6.
Yes.
Would you say this series is 50-50 in your mind and who wins it? Or do you give one team an edge over the other?
I would still lean Lakers. KD is not going to play game 6. As, you know, when the series keeps getting out, some of these players will get closer to returning. And if it is a game 7, maybe you see some of these guys come back and lay it all out there. But I would still lean Lakers overall because it doesn't look like KD will play if there is a game 7. I mean, it's still up in the air. Luka's still up in the air, but overall still would lean Lakers because they will, if it goes to a game 7, they still would have home court for that game 7.
Also last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers knocked off the Toronto Raptors 125-120.
That one got close, too, towards the end.
That game was tied at 2 apiece going into last night, so Cleveland has a 3-2 lead. Series shifts to Toronto for game 6. And the other game last night, Detroit knocked off Orlando. That game was tied 2 games apiece. Pistons take a 3-2 lead, and like the other one, it now heads off to Orlando for game 6 with a chance to keep the series alive and force a game 7.
Cade Cunningham, Paolo Banchero both had 45 points in that game, so they were going back and forth.
Wow. Anthony Black had a good game last night, a better game last night I saw.
He played more minutes overall.
Let me pull up the Anthony Black stats. Anthony Black off the bench, 39 minutes, 19 points, 7 of 12 from the floor, 4 of 6 from the three-point line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. So, yeah, that's the most minutes he's played in a playoff game. I don't know if it was because of the score dictated it, why he got more minutes, or I'm not sure.
Just getting more comfortable in that
Maybe.
rotation coming back from injury. That's the most minutes he's played probably in the last month or so.
Who is their primary ball handler? Who does he replace when he comes in off the bench?
Jalen Suggs handles the ball quite a bit, but they have a few guys.
Suggs played 37 minutes, so he played everything but 11 minutes. Paolo
Banchero, he brings the ball up like he plays kind of that point forward position.
Jamal Cain, but he's a small forward. He played the fewest minutes out of all the starters, only 24 minutes. So, anyway, that was good to see for Anthony Black last night, being a solid contributor for Orlando in the loss. All right, let's take a break. We got Mark the Magician waiting to join us. We'll talk a little bit about the Kentucky Oaks, Kentucky Derby, and Oaklawn. Last weekend for Oaklawn. Mark's got us some tips. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
This is SportsCenter.
Silent Tactic, who won this year's Southwest Stakes at Oaklawn and finished second in 3 other stakes races, is out of Saturday's Kentucky Derby because of a foot injury. Trainer Mark Cass on Wednesday compared the ailment to a fingernail separation. Now that might seem insignificant, but it was bad enough for Cass and owner John Oxley to scratch the horse from the race. In addition to winning the Southwest Stakes, Silent Tactic finished second in the Arkansas Derby, the Rebel Stakes, and the Smarty Jones Stakes. Elsewhere, the number 7 Arkansas softball team will face number 5 Texas in the first of a 3-game series tonight in Austin. The Razorbacks are 9-5 in road games this season. First pitch is at 6 o'clock. The game will be televised on SEC Network. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. Guess what's right around the corner? Yep, Mother's Day. And we have the special packages for you. The Mama Time for $100. All the way up to the Mom and Me, where 2 of you get to come into the spa. Go to avabelladayspa.com, click on Instant Gift Certificates. You can print it off or send it right to the recipient. Or come on in our shop, 301 North Shackleford Road, Suite C3. That's Ava Bella Day Spa.
Hello, Buzz listeners. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Listen to this. We're making deals on everything right now. Ram trucks save up to $12,000 off, plus 72 months at 2.9% financing, and we'll give you the 90 days with no payments. Here's the big one. The all-new Jeep Cherokee, 39 miles per gallon. Need a van? Save up to $6,000 off. Loaded vans starting at just $36,975. Want a Wrangler? Lease one for $459 a month. Want a Gladiator? Same deal, $459 a month. Let me tell you, we're making deals every day like it's the last day of the month. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you'll always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop us before you buy anywhere else. Come visit us on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
This is Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales. Spring is here, and y'all have made us the #1 truck bed dealer in the state. We want to thank you for your support and business. If you're looking for the best customer service from folks that can handle any type of trailer and take care of you after the sale with hometown service, it's HJ Trailer Sales. Our team will handle all your service and warranty needs. See what great customer service looks like at HJ Trailer Sales on Albert Pike in Hot Springs, or check us out on Facebook.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
It is a great weekend for horse racing fans, and really even non-horse racing fans. People enjoy watching the Kentucky Derby and seeing who gets that first leg of the Triple Crown. Seems like this year's Kentucky Derby is wide open. There's a handful of horses. Let's get a handicapper's perspective of that. Mark the Magician joins us. He's there at the Kentucky Derby, or about to be at Churchill Downs. Mark, welcome into Out of Bounds. I was just saying, It feels like this year's Kentucky Derby is wide open to me. Is that the case?
I believe it is, and with all the scratches that we're getting, it all started back at Breeders' Cup. You're getting all these vet scratches and trainer scratches, horses running off in the morning. They had 2 more scratches this morning, one out of the Oaks and another one out of the Kentucky Derby. So I don't know what's going on, really. I mean, ever since they raised that purse to $5 million the year Mystic Dan won, this race is about money. I mean, if you're in it and you can win it, you can make a big, big, big score, whether you're an owner or a player.
Have you handicapped it yet? Do you have a favorite?
I don't have a favorite in the Oaks and the Derby yet. I'm going to wait and get all the scratches. I knew all this was going to happen, and I'm doing 5 race cars between Oaklawn Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Churchill Friday and Saturday. So I don't add up how many races that is. I believe it's around 70 or 80 races because we've got 13 at Oaklawn on Saturday, 14 at Churchill, 12 tomorrow at Oaklawn, 13 at Churchill, 10 today at Oaklawn, and matter of fact, we just got through hitting a trifecta, exacta, and super in race 2 at Oaklawn, and I'm handicapping now, going to see my new horse Tagliatelle at the training center a little later, and going by the stakes barns. A good friend of mine, Rob Atras, has one in the Kentucky Oaks tomorrow, and our boy Ramon Vasquez, who's riding all day today at Oaklawn, be flying in tonight so he can ride in the Oaks, and then he's getting on a private jet right after the Oaks and riding all 13 races on Saturday at Oaklawn Park, and he, of course, is your leading jockey at Oaklawn Park, so a lot going on. Christian Torres, got scratched out of the Derby with Silent Tactic, but he's still in the Oaks, so he'll still be coming up if he's not already here. I don't believe he's riding here. Giovanni Franco, if you'll notice, is in town to ride, and most of the mounts he's on, pretty much all of them, are for Christian Torres, with Christian being out, and Giovanni used to race at Oaklawn for Robertino Diodoro years ago and won a ton of races. He's a California jock, but he does travel, and a lot of changes going on, and if you really focus in on these, you can really make some money, especially the last 3 days at Oaklawn and, of course, here at Churchill also.
Well, let's make some money at Oaklawn today. Give us something.
Let's do something. I mean, I've got so many good plays today. Let's go to the 4th race today. Speaking of Ramon, number 5, Floating Beauty. That begins middle pick 4 today. We're going to do an exacta and trifecta box here. 5-3-4 and 5-3-2, and a good across-the-board play on Ramon's horse. Lonnie Briley trains this. He's the old guy that had one in the Kentucky Derby last year and won one of the big stakes races at Oaklawn last year. And if you're wondering about my voice, I lost it completely last weekend, but it's slowly coming back now, so I may not sound exactly like myself. And I'm doing a lot of talking up here, too, trying to entertain 15, 20 people. Let's move on down to race number 6, another trainer I've been telling you about all year. Carl Broberg is not listed. In Zone Athletics is not listed. It's under, Aaron Gars now. So if you really look close at some of these horses, they're the same horses. They have the same connections. You just don't see the same names. Ramon's riding this one, number 11, Personal Jet. Abel is training this one. That's Carl's old trainer. A good winning place on number 11, Personal Jet, in race number 6 today. And get you a good exacta here, 11-12-1 and 11-12-6. Now, all my cards for the whole weekend at Oaklawn and Churchill will be available. You can do a package deal, and it's a better deal, and it's better if you prepay, because if people are texting me and emailing me every 15 minutes saying, hey, I just put in this, my card's not working. I'll answer all your emails, and I'll get them sent out to you as quickly as I can. And so if you're prepaid, it really, really helps a lot instead of trying to get them in the middle of the day at 3:30. I don't mind you doing that, but it may take a minute for them because so much traffic on the emails, and a lot of them get locked out. So be aware of that if you want to get all the plays for the weekend at Churchill and Oaklawn. And they will be available at the track, so if you're at the track, they will have my Kentucky Derby plays and my Oaks play at the track. It will be the only sheet at the track that covers Churchill. And when you're ready, unless you got another question for me, I'll handicap all your stuff, and I think we're going to do that little show you mentioned tomorrow. a special Kentucky Derby segment. I'm not sure when you're going to air that, but if you'll let me know so I can tell all my other players to be sure and listen, that'd be good also, Wes.
All right, I will. I'll let you know. Mark, before we get to another race, I wanted to ask you, because there are a lot of, I saw on social media, a lot of horses with connections to Oakland, not just in the Oaks and in the Derby, but in races all, even today and tomorrow and Saturday. How do you think the Oakland horses do at Churchill?
Extremely well. If you look back, I mean, I remember the last 2 years sitting there with my friends up in the box there, and there's another Oakland horse. There's another one that won in Oakland. There's another one that ran second. The surface at Oakland and Churchill is basically the same. It's within, I mean, it's almost 100% match. They come here, and it's just like being at home. Same type of surface. The surface here loves water, just like Oakland loves water. It doesn't really get in any trouble. They've had a lot of rain here this week. The track was wet all day yesterday, but it was still running pretty much true to form. It's mostly dried out today, and they're not looking for any rain. And the weather is going to be perfect in the 60s this week, so it's not going to be hot. It's sunny, but it's not going to be hot, hot, hot like it normally is at the Derby. And I don't see hardly any rain at sight except for maybe tomorrow afternoon. You know, Dave Portnoy's horse, Lovely Gray, got in. We had another scratch, Bella Ballerina, like I said, this morning for the Oaks tomorrow. So the Oaks is going to be a great race. Bob Baffert still has Explorer that ran at Oakland and then sat out that last race. Explorer is going to be big, but I'll get all that together for you, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Wes?
Yeah, I heard a handicapper earlier this morning saying that the track has been running very fast at Churchill, and he expects it, unless they do something, to be a very fast track all weekend.
It's going to be it's just like Oakland when you see those fast times on the big stakes. When on Rebel Weekend, you always see, because they pack the surface down, it's a little harder surface, but the horses don't sink into it and they kind of skim across it. You'll see maiden races going in a minute 10, which normally go in a minute 12, minute 13, minute 14 for some of the cheaper horses. But when you see these cheaper horses that are valued under $20,000, and they're running a minute 10, minute 11 at 6 furlongs, you know the track is fast, because those horses do not normally run that fast unless the track is really souped up. And that's what they want to do, is get those fast times because the whole world is watching. You only get one shot at the Kentucky Derby, and Kentucky Oaks, you got to be 3, and if you miss your chance, you just miss it. It's your Super Bowl, your one chance. You don't get a chance at it every year like you're a football player or baseball player. You get one chance, and after that, you've got to go on to bet run against older horses, Wes.
All right, give us. Are you going to take us out the door now?
We're going to take you out the door, but we're not just going to take you out the door, Wes. We're going to take you out the door a winner. Come on, let's go with it here. Let's go. We got, I don't know, but guess who's riding this horse? Ramon Vasquez. He's riding for Peter Miller. My good friend Ray Briders saddles all the Peter Miller horses at Oakland. He'll be flying out tomorrow night on a private jet. He's going to be here for the Derby Day also. And number 2, Whispering Charm. Whispering Charm, this horse was second on April the 9th at Oakland. Very strong play. Probably one of the best plays of the entire day if you're a win player. Number 2, Whispering Charm. My second choice here is Sweet Baby D. Giovanni Franco riding for Ernie Witt. This horse was 4th in the same race on April 9th with Whispering Charm. And my third choice here, number 3, Artemis Sparkles, was 3rd in that same race on April 9th with Whispering Charm. And this horse, I can't remember who's riding that one, but your Exacta and Trifecta box in the nightcap, 2-10-3 and 2-10-12. I know a lot of people have been coming by the bar because we've been talking about these key boxes, and I believe a lot of people are catching on to them on the Exacta and Trifecta key boxes, which you could do on your app. I'm going to give you one right here. Get you a Trifecta key box in the nightcap tonight, 10th race at Oakland, 2 with a 10-3-12-1-5. That's 2 with 10-3-12-1-5, which means the 2 can run first, second, or third with any of those horses. And you bring down the Trifecta, Wes.
Sweet. Like it. Mark, thanks. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day and make some money.
Mark the Magician joining us on Out of Bounds. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're giving away Razorback baseball tickets for tomorrow night. 6 o'clock start. If you can't go, don't try to win them. If you can go, call in. We're going to give away some tickets. 661-1037. 661-1037. Razorback tickets for you next. It's Out of Bounds.
Motorcycle riders are just like you and me. They could be your neighbor, your friend, your doctor, or maybe the pastor in your local church. More motorcycles are on the road than ever before in Arkansas, and it's time we started looking out for them. Look back a second time before you make that turn, or before you pull out in an intersection. It might take 2 seconds, but it just might save a neighbor's life. Take 2 for Arkansas. It's worth it. Look twice for motorcycles. A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort, is now available in Arkansas. The race for the Triple Crown begins, and you can bet the Kentucky Derby on FanDuel, where you can already bet on all your other favorite sports in addition to the Kentucky Derby. Right now, all customers get a Derby bet reset when you bet on the Kentucky Derby. That means you'll get racing bonus back if your bet doesn't win. The app is super easy to use, and you don't have to be a horse racing expert to get in on the Derby Day action. So bet the fastest 2 minutes in sports on the FanDuel app, powered by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort. Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks are registered trademarks of Churchill Downs Incorporated. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. Verified FD racing account required. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires 9 days after receipt. Max refund $10 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Ever Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Oaklawn Today's Nancy Holtz skits in the zone each week this racing season courtesy of Winner's Circle Concierge, a performance thoroughbred management firm designed to remove the learning curve, complexity, and administrative burden from horse racing ownership. Call 8709-429-382.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. The Big Rock Big
Steve, I think it's time to clean out our used car inventory, so we're slashing prices on everything from 4Runners, Wranglers, Broncos, F-150s, and more. Right now, we're doing sales tax paid on all pre-owned vehicles, and I've talked to the banks, and they are saying yes to 0 down.
We'll clear these vehicles out fast, so folks don't waste time. The best will go first.
Come see us today at the Big Lot, Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
The 22nd annual Double B's Buzzbarbecue benefiting Ronald McDonald House Charities of Arkansas and North Louisiana is coming up May 9th at the downtown Riverside RV Park in North Little Rock. Sample barbecue from some of the best barbecue cooks in Arkansas competing for the coveted Buzzbarbecue Grand Champion Trophy. It's the 22nd annual Double B's Buzzbarbecue, May 9th, brought to you by Oaklawn Sports, Bud Light, and Gravely Mowers. Special thanks to Jazz Camper Rental and Arkansas Golf and Power Sports. Get your tickets at buzzbarbecue.com.
Out of Bounds on 1037 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union, your headquarters for auto loans. With TruService, no payments for 60 days and rates starting as low as 3.99 APR on new, used, or refinance your current auto loan. TruService.net for pre-approval. Your auto loan experts.
It is Out of Bounds, and we're giving you a chance to see the Razorbacks play Ole Miss tomorrow night. How fun is that? Get to go to Baum-Walker Stadium and watch Hunter Dietz hopefully pick up another win. Let's give away some tickets. Phone line is full. We're going to start with Tyler. We're going to start with Nathan. What's going on, Joe? That's weird, huh? David? David, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, that was weird. First two guys had hung up or got disconnected. Well, you get to go first. You get the chance to win these Razorback tickets. You can go tomorrow night, right? You can go.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, here we go. And I gave you the answer a little earlier if you were paying attention. Our guy, Steel Leaves, picked up the victory last night. How many wins this season does Steel Leaves have?
I didn't hear that part. I was listening to the show, but I guess I missed that part. I'm guessing 5.
Bam! That's a great guess, David, and that is the correct guess. You get a pair of tickets to go watch the Razorbacks tomorrow night.
That's great.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, stay on the line. Joe is going to get your information, and we will get you those tickets. All right, let's go to Eric. That's weird. I'm not hanging up on him. I don't think. I mean, I'm hitting the same button I always do. Somebody try to call back. Joe's on the phone. I've got 2 more pair, and I've got 2 questions ready to give these tickets away. 661-1037. 661-1037. Or we can just watch this race together at Oaklawn right now. See if Mark. Oh, no, this is race 3. This isn't the race Mark gave us the picks for. The 7-horse jumped out there quickly in the 6 furlong, trying to hold off a whole host. He's not. He's going to get caught from behind. All right, I'm going to take you hot. You're live on the air. Who is this?
Donald.
Donald, can you go to the game tomorrow night?
Yes.
All right, Donald, here's the question I have for you. We just found out Steel Leaves won his 5th game yesterday. He is now tied for the team lead for most wins this season for the pitching staff. There are 2 others that have 5 wins. Give me one of the 2. Who else, which pitcher has 5 wins besides Steel Leaves?
I'm going to say Deep.
Well, you would be right. Way to go. Congratulations. You get a pair of tickets also, Donald.
All right, thank you.
Good job, Donald. Stay on the line. And hold on just a second. Joe is still getting the information. Hey, will you turn your radio down, Donald? You got it? You got him, Joe? Cool. All right. We got 1 more pair to give away. Let's go to Drew in Greenbrier. Drew, what's up?
What's going on, my man?
Well, I would like to give you the final pair of tickets we have for tomorrow night's game.
I'll take them.
All right, here we go. We have found out Steel Leaves picked up his 5th win yesterday. That ties Hunter Dietz and one other pitcher for the team lead. Who is that other pitcher? Eves, Dietz, and blank lead the team with 5 wins.
It's not Colin Fisher, is it?
No.
No.
Nope, sorry, Drew. He's up there.
No, you're good. Have a good one.
All right, man. All right, 1 more. 661-1037. 661-1037. See if anybody's got it over here. No. Nobody on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Let's see who this is. Take them hot, straight off the air. You're on right now. Who is this?
This is Gary.
Gary. All right, Gary. Who leads the Razorbacks? It's a three-way tie for most wins this season. Dietz, Steele Leaves, and somebody else. Who is that third pitcher that has 5 wins?
Gibbler?
Not Cole Gibbler, sorry. All right, Gibbler's out, Fisher's out. Y'all are forgetting about somebody, obviously. One more pair to give away, 661-1037. Quit Googling it and just call and tell me. You know who it is. There we go. Joe's answering the phone. We'll let Joe get this one situated. Another line's ringing. I bet Tim's got it. Tim, who is it?
Gabe Gackle.
Yeah, it is, Tim. Good job. Gabe Gackle is the guy. Congratulations. You're going to the Razorback game tomorrow night, Tim.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, so Steele with his win yesterday, the Vulture. I texted him. I said, the Vulture strikes again. He was like, why does it always happen to me? I'm like, I don't know, but you're like a good luck charm. Let's hope it happens again this weekend. So Steele goes from picking up his first save of his collegiate career last Friday night against Missouri. Yeah, that was game 2. He pitched the final 3 innings combined for a shutout, he and Cole Gibbler. And then turns around on Wednesday, gets his 5th win of the season. All like this, where he comes in out of the bullpen. Arkansas's either behind or tied. I guess one time it did happen. Yep, I think his very first win when they were in Arlington, came in for a save situation. It was a mess. They're in the 9th inning. I think the bases were loaded, gave up a bloop hit, and they tied it up. And then Arkansas won it in the bottom of the 9th, walked it off, or maybe the 10th or 11th. But that was his first victory. But the other 4 have been just like this, where he comes in a close game and team scores while he's in there, and he picks up the win. All right, now to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Wes, Joe, any big fights this weekend? There's normally some big fights on the Kentucky Derby Day. Joe's on the phone right now. He's our boxing expert. Let's see here. Okay, we've discussed salt in the bottom of a pretzel bag, cereal bowl tipping, but are we emotionally mature enough to talk cilantro? No, we're not. What's at stake in the NBA playoffs tonight? Well, we got 3 more games tonight. We got a chance for some teams to finish it out. In fact, every game, there's a chance. Well, it's all game 6s, so obviously somebody's got a chance. Got the Knicks at the Hawks. Hawks trail in that series. They have to win to keep it alive. Knicks can finish it off. 6 o'clock, ESPN. Celtics, 76ers, same scenario. 76ers trail in the series. They can force a game 7. Celtics can finish it off with a road victory. And then you have the Nuggets and Timberwolves. A little different here. Timberwolves are up 3-2, and they're home. So they can close it out at home, but they are a home dog because of all the injuries to Minnesota.
Everybody loves Game 7s to see series extended out the full length of the series, but when you have a close competitive series and it's a Game 6, these games are really important for one team to be able to make it to that Game 7, the other team possibly advance on.
501 says one of Orlando's top players is out. That's why Black got more minutes last
Franz
night.
Wagner.
But that's different positions.
Yeah, they play different positions, but you mix and match the lineups, and it's more positionless basketball, so it's not position for position as far as who gets a certain amount of time necessarily.
Yeah. 501 says Magic was up 3-1, not Pistons. Did I misspeak? Well, it wouldn't have mattered because Pistons would have won the series, finished it off last night. But they're down, and now that's 3-2 with Orlando still ahead.
Yeah, they're still up 3-2.
3-2. 501 says, Wes, Joe, I am a Pirates fan. That franchise doesn't care much about winning a World Series. They are just cheap, or they've become a low-budget team. They did just pay one of the young guys, right? The
Connor Griffin.
Griffin, yeah. He just got a nice contract.
And they paid him to secure him for a long time. Gave him like a 9-year deal. and it's worth it to do it at that age where he is, because you're going to save some money in the long run, and then it sets him up for another big contract before he even turns 30.
Yeah, you're going to lose money the front end of it, but you're going to regain all that money big time on the backside of it. You know, like years 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you're overpaying, for his rookie year, second year, third year. But when he would be due normally for that big contract, you've got him tied up for another 4 years.
Pirates look like they want to win now simply because they don't want to waste Paul Skeens and the talent that they have in place with him. So it looks like they are trying to do what it takes to win.
We got the Razor Hog update coming up next, and then Richard Davenport. Stick around, hour number 2 next.
Win a dream vacation. Give blood with Our Blood Institute on Saturday, May 2nd at any mobile blood drive or donor center near you, and you could win a getaway valued up to $2,000 from Dream Vacations. One lucky donor will win, but every donor will receive a free t-shirt and a Magic Springs theme and water park ticket. Donate blood on Saturday, May 2nd. Reserve your appointment now at obi.org/events. That's obi.org/events.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Get your tickets now for the 22nd annual Double B's BuzzBQ coming May 9th to the downtown Riverside RV Park in North Little Rock. Go to buzzbq.com for more.
This is Chuck Barrett inviting you to listen to me call the Hogs on 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
The Razorbacks are coming at you.
Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
A federal investigation is underway in Pine Bluff after the school district lost millions to a cybersecurity crime. Officials say the district sent over $3 million through a wire transfer to a trusted construction company. The company previously sent a real invoice, but scammers used a compromised employee email to sneak false payment instructions. The district says a substantial portion of the money is expected to be recovered, and district officials say safeguards are being implemented to make sure this doesn't happen again. And several students on their way to Little Rock were hurt when 3 school buses crashed on Wednesday morning. Superintendent Doug Graham of the Nashville School District says 116 students were on the buses for a senior trip. Arkansas State Police say 12 students were treated for minor injuries. Officials are still investigating the exact cause of the crash. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Oaklawn Hot Springs presents Oaklawn Race Day with Justin Acree and David Longinati every Saturday morning at 11. It's your inside track to America's hottest thoroughbred action.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
We're going to have a mostly cloudy sky today with a high temperature of 67 and a little breezy, northeast wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy tonight, dropping down to 52. Tomorrow stays cool, cloudy at a high of 65, plus a 20% chance of shower tomorrow afternoon. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
What's on tap? Brought to you by Flyway Brewing. It's always open season at Flyway Brewing, serving 2 Central Arkansas locations, North Little Rock, and now open in Breckenridge Village. Check out current promotions at flywaybrewing.com. Flyway Brewing. Follow the migration. We encourage you to wet your beak responsibly.
To celebrate their partnership with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, your Arkansas Chevy dealers are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. For complete rules and to register to win, current Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt or see your Arkansas's best Chevy dealer for more details. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents 18 years or older who reside in Arkansas. Contest ends 12/31/26. Void where prohibited.
I'm here with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. Kaufman has over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces and design specialists on staff. See, that would be important for somebody like me who is design challenged.
Yeah, we have design specialists on staff and everything you need from lighting to flooring, designer hardware, and more.
And gift cards are available too. Check them out now. Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road.
Or visit us online at kaufmanlumber.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Amber Wilson.
From a competition perspective, it's so unnecessary. Outside of the people who benefit from this financially, certainly no fan are asking for this. I don't even think the fans that end up getting into the madness from this are going to particularly care that they're in it when you're talking 76 teams. At some point, we're watering it down so much that isn't going to be as exciting. And I think that's the danger for all of us who are such fans of college basketball and specifically of March Madness. Isn't just that we're harming the regular season product, but are we actually harming the March Madness product as well? Because I think in an NIL and transfer portal world, we can also have a simultaneous argument about how top heavy things are in March and whether there's the same Cinderella and whether there's the same parity that there's always been and whether we actually believe the 76 team has a shot.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that.
It is time for your Razor Hog update. Arkansas knocks off Northwestern State 5-2. Great pitching out of the bullpen. They go 7 innings, no earned runs, no walks. That was encouraging. What was more encouraging? Arkansas pitchers gave up no walks yesterday, or Arkansas hitters only struck out 6 times all day.
Pitchers, because over the course of the game, pitchers are going to walk somebody, and then you had multiple pitchers That has to be more impressive.
Okay. I only ask that because there have been so many games where Arkansas has double-digit strikeouts. And I said 6. I'm wrong. 2 strikeouts all day. That changes the story, Joe. Only 2 strikeouts from Razorback hitters yesterday, all day long. 3.
Still,
I'll get it right here in a second.
Still
3
pitchers, though. Still has to
all
be.
right.
Especially with the makeup of the team.
Pitching first team. Pitching and defense. And just scratch out some runs. Yeah, 3 strikeouts yesterday. Ryan Helfrich had 2 of the 3 strikeouts. Need to get his bat going again. He can carry you for an entire weekend. He's good enough to carry them against Ole Miss. He did that. What game was that? Was that the Alabama series? He carried the team. Remember, he had the 2 home run game, and Arkansas won like 3-2 or 4-3, and he had the home run, 2-run home run, and a solo home run. I think they won like 3-2 or 3-1. But yeah, anyway,
TJ Poppy, that was a series where he kind of came of age too.
Yep, you're exactly right. He was SEC Player of the Week. I mentioned Aloy. Aloy had a good game yesterday, getting on base, leading off innings, getting on base. Here's Dave Van Horn.
Well, I liked what I saw the first 2 at bats. To get him started, he took he took a walk, and then I think he went down 3-0, or had 3-0, and then ended up getting a base hit to right field on maybe a 3-2 pitch, whatever it was. He was just a good at bat. Saw some pitches, didn't go out of the zone much, and then, that last at bat, he actually was out front a little bit, but he kept his hands back just enough to hit that ball through the hole, because it was a good pitch, off speed of some sort, and we needed the bat on the ball so we had a chance to score a run, and that's what happened. That was a big run for us.
Next up is Ole Miss, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 o'clock. First pitch on Friday, 2 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. It is go time.
Well, we got to continue to get better. We play really good, then we play okay. We need to elevate and stay there. And I think they know it. We just talked about it a little bit. It's kind of that time of year you gotta turn it on. It's kind of hard to go back and forth. What are you? And I think we have talent. We have kids that want to be good and want to play good, want to win. It's time to play good a lot. And if you don't win, you don't win. You got to play more consistent.
It's go time for the Arkansas women's softball team. They are playing Texas this weekend. Number 6 versus number 7. Huge weekend series. Gets underway tonight. 6 o'clock start for the Arkansas softball team against the University of Texas. It's also go time for recruiting. We'll get Richard Davenport on here and talk a little Razorback recruiting. Other Razorback news, let's see, women's golf. They're going to the regionals. In fact, they're the number 1 seed there at the Kentucky Regional, held on the Louisville course. They'll be playing in the NCAA tournament along with the Little Rock Lady Trojans. And we're going to hear from the Little Rock Lady Trojans golf coach Jenna Birch here in about 20 minutes. So we'll get to talk a little golf with her. Men won the OVC tournament title yesterday, and the women had already won it. Let's bring in Richard Davenport. Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. What's up, RD? How are you?
Hey, bad, not bad.
I was looking on the D3 Auto Sales, the Middleton Heat and Air text line a little earlier, and JW says $4.5 million for a big guy. That's ridiculous. No one deserves $4. It is kind of crazy. I agree with JW. It is crazy how much some of these big guys are getting in the portal or even out of high school.
Yeah, where's that 4.5 coming from?
I had a text from a buddy who said that it looks like Louisville may be the leader for Abina Akinzi, that they were willing to offer $4.5 million.
Yeah, I haven't heard Arkansas, offering that much, and obviously that could be the difference in where he goes. But Arkansas was definitely competitive. But that's about $1 million more than what I heard Arkansas was offering. Yeah, well, if you look at what happened this past year, I think you're seeing some urgency for big men just because of inside dominance of some of the top tier teams that made it deep runs into the NCAA tournament, and obviously with Michigan winning it, I think maybe the big man is coming back a little bit. Used to, I don't know how many years ago, hadn't been that far away, but you heard the game was more guard oriented, and it's still a major part of the game. But I think you also got to have that combination of outstanding guards and outstanding bigs too, and I think that showed this year. So maybe that's kind of opened up the price a little bit.
Richard, how do you feel about the Razorback roster as it is right now, if they don't make any more additions?
I guess the big glaring part would be the lack of maybe a game changer at the center position. I think everywhere else, especially if Malik and Billy come back, you're strong. You're strong. You got a developing big, and it's been on campus, and then you have the transfer coming in. But neither one have played at what you would say high levels. Maybe they develop and can do that next year, but you kind of like to have a guy that you feel like that could do that, without a track record of playing big in big games.
Richard, a lot of talk about this being number one recruiting class, and then some other classes may be gaining ground, but how big is that for Arkansas in combination with this transfer portal and players from high school coming in, number one recruiting class in college basketball?
Yeah, Coach Cal, I think, according to On3 industry sources, industry rankings, since 2009, had like 8 or 9 number one classes. This would be, now On3 has them as the number 2 class behind Duke, which, we talked about this Monday, which is kind of baffling because they have Arkansas with 1 5-star, 1 5-star, and the rest of them 4 stars. Other services are listing Arkansas with 3 to 4 5 stars. So it's kind of different. 247 in Arkansas. And ESPN has Arkansas as the number one class. So it's nothing unusual with Coach Cal. He's usually in the top 1 or 2 or 3 each year. Occasionally he's been outside of that area, but sometimes that's because it's had a small class. And sometimes, when you have maybe 1 or 2 guys versus 4 or 5 versus other classes, schools with those type of classes, your ranking's not as high. But, it's just status quo for Coach Cal. So you're always going to have a probably minimum top 3 class each year. And kids, obviously you can sell that, and Coach Cal does. He sells that far as, not only are you going to be playing with great players, but you're also going to be competing against great players in practice, and that's going to make you better. So, there's a lot of pluses, obviously, and kids know if they come to Arkansas, they're going to be playing with outstanding talent, and that's better than if you're a 5-star and you're playing with several 3 stars. Well, maybe some of those 3 stars are not capable of taking some of the load off of you, and some of the defensive presence that the teams have to load up on if you have lesser talent. And I think with Coach Gal, obviously you're not going to have that. You're going to have guys that are able to take a little bit of a load off of you from a defensive perspective, as far as the other teams gaining up on you.
Richard Davenport with us on the D3 Auto Sales Hotline. Richard, last year, Arkansas went overseas and got Elmir Jafic, and I've seen some other schools going overseas and getting some guys. Is that a possibility again for Arkansas?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure, and obviously they're trying to get Kweezy. Probably not saying that right, but anyway, you never get caught not having a backup plan. And I think with with them, I'm sure that they're looking at other guys and probably been in communication with other guys in case he goes to Louisville. But we'll see. But you'd kind of like to obviously get it kind of wrapped up right now. But if not, you just continue.
How about football-wise? Had the spring game, about 80 visitors. Anybody pulling the trigger, committing to Arkansas?
Yeah, Eli Thornton from Valley View. He committed to him on Saturday, and he went public on Sunday. He was pretty excited. He told me that he'd committed, and I said, "Okay, when are you going to announce?" Because that's always on my mind. When are you going to announce? Because I knew I was going to get a story ready, but I thought, I might need to get a story ready pretty quick. But had plenty of time with him saying he's going to announce on Sunday. But he's 6'4", about 310, moves well, good athleticism. Beat out Purdue, Illinois, Oklahoma State, several other schools, and good defensive tackle prospect coming from inside the state, which Arkansas does not necessarily produce a lot of defensive tackles. And whenever you can get one of those guys, you definitely do it. And obviously we're seeing the benefit of them getting Danny Beal, who looks like he's going to be a contributor this next season for Arkansas coming from in-state. So you don't have to go out of state and compete against some of the best, trying to get a guy out of state, and the odds of getting those type kids are maybe quite a bit less just because they're not in-state guys.
Anything encouraging with some of the recruits that came in for spring game and some movement and possibly getting some commitments there?
Yeah, some of them that I talked to. I mean, obviously, you come into a Power 4 school, you're going to have a lot of pluses, going in your direction. Arkansas obviously has that, as far as the facilities, the fan base, things of that nature. But Hunter Haig, who I talked to earlier over the weekend, who had in Tuesday's column, is one of the top safety prospects in the country, about 6'2", 205, runs a 10.64. And also on the school's 100, 4x100 and 4x200 relay, and I think they just set some school records. He runs a leg on those. So very athletic kid who seemed to really enjoy himself. I think Arkansas is in pretty good shape with him. He's going to come back for an official visit in June, but he has some other official visits lined up. But I think they're in pretty good shape. And talked to Sean Sherman, a 2028 offensive lineman. I'll be writing about him. He seemed to really like Arkansas. He's got an impressive offer list. It includes Texas A&M, but he's out of McKinney, Texas, 6'4", 330. So you're going to have guys saying good things after a visit. It was no different after talking to several guys from the Red White game.
We got Richard Davenport with us, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. Can you tell me anything about this Sadiq Gaji from Parkview that just got an offer from Arkansas?
No, not off the top of my head. No, I'll be definitely checking into it. No.
He is a 2029 running back from Parkview. I saw Bobby Bolding retweeted Sadiq's post and says after my head coach,
I got to get on to Bobby.
Yeah.
I know he listens to the show, and and he never. I don't think he's told me about Bobby. Of course, I might not have asked either. So
Richard, he's a freshman right now.
Yeah, how about that?
I know it's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah. And Bobby, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
I look forward to hearing getting a text from him after I get off the air.
Yeah, that's pretty big. A freshman gets an offer from the University of Arkansas, dude.
Absolutely.
How about that?
Yeah, that's and especially so young. Definitely going to have to check into that because that kind of surprises me a little bit. A kid that young, and obviously they've evaluated him based on some junior high film, unless he I don't know. He's got good size. I see what you're saying. 6 foot, about 205. But I'll be checking into him. Thanks for the heads up.
Oh, you bet. Well, Coach Bolding just tweeted it, and I was like, well, I better ask Richard about this young man because I think I remember him saying something about a young up-and-coming running back, and obviously this is that guy. But now Arkansas is on him. That's good news. All right, RD,
yep, no doubt.
We'll let you run. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
All right. It's Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com, joining us on the D3 Auto Sales Hotline. We'll head back to the hotline when we come back. We've got Jenna Birch joining us. She's the head coach of the Little Rock Trojans golf team. They're headed off to regional play. They won the OVC tournament. Men turned around and did it yesterday too. So Little Rock Golf dominating the OVC tournament. By the way, I mentioned Arkansas State playing in the semifinals. They just won their semifinal match, and they are moving on to the finals of the Sunbelt Golf Tournament. So a lot of really good golf being played here in the Natural State. We've got Mark the Magician's picks in the fourth race coming down the stretch, and the 5 and the 4 are battling it out for the victory. Looks like the 5 is pulling away, and now somebody's on his heels trying to catch the 5, but the 5 is going to win it. He had the 5 on top, so Mark the Magician giving us another winner with the 5, 3, and is the 4 going to hold on and get third? He does. We get the trifecta. 5, 3, 4. Good job, Mark. Provided us a winner. 5, 3, 4 is how it finished. And that's how he had it straight, 5, 3, 4. All right, let's take a break. We'll talk a little golf when we come back. Jenna Birch, Little Rock Trojans women's golf coach, is up next. This is Out of Bounds.
Tune in each week to Out of Bounds to hear from Lone Oak Steel Eaves. Omaha is the goal, and we're looking for a great season. Steel Eaves is brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
This is Sports Center.
Former Arkansas Razorback Caleb Cowley hit a solo home run for the Arkansas Travelers in the top of the 6th inning Wednesday, but it was the only run they would manage in a 5-1 loss to the Wichita Wind Surge. Jarrell Ortega had the big shot for Wichita in the bottom of the 6th, hitting a 2-run single that made it 5-1. The Travelers and Wind Surge continue their series at 6:35 tonight. Stephen Davis will have the Visit Hot Springs pregame show at 6:20 on 106.7 Buzz 2. Sticking with baseball, the Great American Conference Tournament gets underway today at Majestic Park in Hot Springs. 5 of the 8 teams in the tournament are Arkansas teams. SAU is in, so is Arkansas Tech, Ouachita Baptist, Harding, and UAM. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Yep, that's the sounds of all my friends and another great deck party of mine. And what do you not hear? That's right, no mosquitoes. That's because Sanders Ground Essential provides me with a monthly mosquito barrier spray. Call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action.
The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Alan LeVar. For more than 30 years, when our Kansans have been injured in a crash, they've heard one simple line: hurt in a car, call LeVar. But it's more than a slogan. It means personal attention from my team. We take on the insurance companies for you, and if you're hurt and can't travel, I'll come to you. Your consultation is always free, always confidential, and there's no fee unless we win. Hurt in a car, call LeVar. Arkansas strong for more than 30 years.
LeVar Law, Injury and Accident Lawyers. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto Group, and I'm working today. And today, as always, we're fighting where other dealers are advertising online prices that they actually don't give. You walk in the store, they're at $1,900, $2,900, or they're saying you don't qualify for this rebate or that rebate. And of course, we have to explain that to the customers. It had me thinking. They're probably explaining to their customers that we do the same thing. Well, we do not. Whatever you see online at RedRiverAutoGroup.com will be the price you get. Check us out. RedRiverAutoGroup.com.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the stunning Elvis Presley Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Wait a minute, this love started off so tender, so sweet. But now she got me smoking out the window.
Must have spent 45,000 up in Tiffany's. Oh no! Got a bad and kids running around my whole crib.
Arkansas is the natural state, so around here, conservation isn't a priority. It is a way of life. That's why Arkansas's best Chevy dealers are proud to partner with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission to help drive habitat conservation. In honor of this partnership, your Arkansas best Chevy dealers are celebrating in a big way. They are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. It's a natural choice for the great outdoors. It offers strength and capability that stands out from the rest, plus a powertrain limited warranty, 5 years, 60,000 miles, whichever comes first. For complete rules and to register to win this 2027 Chevy Silverado, Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt. ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt, or you can see your Arkansas Best Chevy dealer for more details. No purchase is necessary to win. It's open to residents 18 years or older who live in Arkansas. Contest ends at the end of the year. Void where prohibited. Wes Moore and Joe Franklin with you. Let's talk a little golf. We've got the Little Rock Trojans women's golf coach, Jenna Birch, on with us. Coach, welcome into Out of Bounds. How are you doing?
Hey, thanks. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you bet. Congratulations. What a dominant performance there at the OVC tournament. You have to be proud.
Yeah, no, I definitely am. It was definitely, obviously, as any coach wants to go into a championship, you know, we want to win. We want to come home with some trophies. But to come home with as many as we did, is pretty impressive, and that just speaks so highly of what the girls have put in and how hard they've been working. It was a great moment to be the Little Rock women's golf coach, I can tell you that.
Coach, how do you feel the season went to get you to this point of getting ready to play in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, like if you've taken a look at our results this year, they've been a little bit of a hit or miss. We kind of changed, or I kind of changed how I scheduled the tournaments this year and made them a little bit more difficult. And, with that, we knew some of the results wouldn't necessarily be the greatest, but I knew it would challenge the girls in ways they've never been challenged and kind of put them through adversity. So the fall was pretty rough for them, but they came out battling and, they just grinded every day. And then obviously in the spring, we had a couple of tough tournaments, heading out to Arizona and, being with the number one team in the country with Stanford and other amazing top 20 programs, was kind of a great, start to the spring. And then we kind of eased it up a little bit towards the end, just to kind of get their confidence a little higher heading into the conference. I didn't want them to beat up heading into our conference championship. And, obviously it kind of worked well, probably better than I expected, but they did a great job.
How was that for spring season to schedule like that, where month of February you have a tournament every week, and then you get into March and you play beginning of March, and then you play end of March? So haven't necessarily played a lot of golf in the month of March. What do you do in between that time?
We just kind of stick to our usual practice plan. If you've looked at my roster, everybody is international. So a lot of them go back home. A lot of them are European, so obviously when they go home, they're not getting that much grass time. When they go up, they'll probably be on inside simulators or hitting bays. So that's kind of why we went heavy on the first part of the spring, just to get them on grass and a lot of it real quickly. Living in Little Rock, we had that week spell right before we went to Florida of where we had snow on the ground, and then just being able to rip that Band-Aid off and get them back on grass. And then obviously in March, it's a daily grind, but we keep it competitive. We play qualifying for who makes the lineup. They usually play 4 to 5 rounds, and then the low 5 go, and they know it. That's usually how I've coached my entire career. And, so they're battling pretty much each other every single day, and that keeps the competitiveness going.
And you played a tournament in Puerto Rico to begin March. Is that something you like to do also, schedule something international?
Yeah, I do. Scheduling tournaments now is kind of like, it's an adventure. It's a huge key component when it comes to recruiting. It never used to be a thing when I played of like looking at teams' tournament schedules, but nowadays, when I'm talking to recruits, the first thing they talk about is where we're going to go, if we're going to fly, what destinations we go to. So, having and being able to put one of those tournaments on my calendar is kind of just it's kind of a thing to give back to the team. And then, still, they have to qualify. I have 7 girls on the team. I only take 5. So it's kind of a little bit more of a motivation and a little bit more of a push that they really want to make that tournament.
I can imagine how intense some of those practice rounds were, qualifying rounds were, to get to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, there were some of them got a little dicey because we got very close. We had one player whose parents had already booked to come to Puerto Rico, and I think after like round 2, she was out of the traveling team. And me and my assistant Gigi were talking about it. We were like, we could be in Puerto Rico with her parents, and she still could still be back in Little Rock. I know I wouldn't want to make that phone call to them, and that would be down to her. But yeah, no, it definitely adds some pressure to them.
Well, that pressure's good, and it paid off with an OVC title. And now you're getting ready to go to the NCAA tournament, and you're headed to Tallahassee. How you feel about that?
Super excited. Still kind of shocked that we won. It still really hasn't sunk in, even though it was 2 weeks ago. And with the selection party on the Golf Channel and having all our supporters around us yesterday when we found out we were going to Tallahassee still feels unreal. I may believe it when, I go to Tallahassee next week with the team, but we're super excited. The field is great. Obviously, it's the regionals. We have some of the best teams in the country, and I'm excited. I'm grateful that I coach a sport where the girls are just playing against the golf course, right? They're not really playing against the other teams. It's not like I have to watch tape on any of the other teams we're playing against the course, and the good thing about golf is anything can happen.
How do you narrow it down where you figure out which players get to go for you now for NCAA regionals?
So we're still practicing, we're still playing. This is where I guess I earn my paycheck, and I make the decision of who is going to go. Thankfully for regionals we can take 6, and then we play 5 and we can substitute. So it's a little bit easier. Obviously there's going to be one girl who doesn't make the roster. They'll still travel with us and be there to support the other teammates, but I guess this is why they pay me for moments like this, right?
Have you figured it? I mean, how many teams do you have to kind of jump over when you look at the rankings to move on to the national tournament?
So there's 12 in the region. The top 5 make it, and we're the 11th seed, I believe. So we just have to make it into the top 5, so that'd probably be jumping over 6 teams. Some of the teams we've seen, like ULM, obviously we saw them at their home event. We've seen them at other times during the season, and we've had rounds where we've shot lower than them. We've had rounds where we shot higher than them. So honestly, though, it's a new week, and with the NCAA championship and, having coached there before, anything can happen, and we just have to go and be prepared and be ready and just, face one hole at a time.
I saw where you were a little surprised to be selected for the Tallahassee Regional. Where were you thinking they were going to put you?
Yeah, everywhere and anywhere. So, the great thing about social media, or the bad thing about social media, we kind of follow what everyone's saying, and there was a new college golf data that kind of predicted where we were going, and that had us go into either Chapel Hill or Simpsonville, and then something that someone, I believe from the ESPN or something on Twitter, got tweeted that we were going to go to Michigan. The girls and I were actually playing out at Chenal Country Club the morning before the selection show, and I saw that. Someone was like, "Oh, you're predicted to go to Michigan." And all I kept thinking of is, I don't have nearly enough clothes for the cold weather. So obviously when Stanford got announced and we weren't in there was 5 sites left, and I heard 4 of them, right? Waco was an option just because it's closer to home, so I didn't know if they'd send us there just for logistics. And then Florida came up, and honestly, you're lucky I was sat in my seat because I'd never really expected it. And then we were on the list of teams.
That's pretty cool. Is that a good destination for y'all, do you believe?
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. We don't lose. There isn't that much difference in, time change compared to like other teams having to go East Coast to West Coast or vice versa. Grass-wise, we're going to be playing Bermuda. It's what we're used to. So I'm grateful we're not going to any bent grass greens that are in the north. And travel-wise, obviously we're not going to be driving, so we are going to be flying. So it'll be a little bit more of a travel plan, but, we'll go a couple of days early, be able to relax and chill. And I know the girls are super excited to be going to Florida. I think that was like their number 1 and then number 2 choice. I think number 1 was Stanford. So I think, it played into their favor. So that's kind of a good thing mentally that we're going, and like they're actually super excited about it.
All right. As a golfer who travels, what do you do with your golf clubs, the team's golf clubs? Do they travel with you on the airplane? Do you trust the airlines not to lose the golf clubs because they're very important, or do you ship them? What do you do with the team's sticks?
So if you would have followed our travel story to the regionals 2 years ago, we had a complete disaster getting our golf clubs. That was all over social media at that time because it literally took American Airlines 2 days to get our golf clubs from Little Rock to College Station. We do fly them when we travel. Coaching errors, I've learned that I kind of have to suck it up and have longer layovers than what I'm necessarily used to when I travel personally, just to make sure all of the bags get on the plane and there's plenty of time for that transfer. We have the running rule. You're going to laugh about this, but my girls will have air tags in their golf bags so we can track them. But they've told me they're not allowed to tell me at any point during a layover or when the plane takes off of whether they're on the plane or not. Just because we've had a couple of instances where we've arrived and they've been freaking out that they're not there and then they show up. We just have to put our trust in American Airlines or whatever airline we fly with.
That's scary. I can't imagine that had to be horrific. I mean, what would y'all done if the clubs didn't arrive in time? What do you do?
So we actually had that when we went to College Station. Like, we didn't have our golf clubs during the practice round. We were using putters that the golf club had, just in order to get green speed. Like, they didn't really hit during the practice round. Fortunately for us, bad weather came in, so we actually played the practice round like the next day, or it got canceled, part of it. So we really didn't miss that much. But I can tell you as a coach, that was quite possibly the stressful 2 days. And I'm probably still asking forgiveness for all the people I yelled at American Airlines when trying to get a hold of them to see where the bags are. You just got to roll with the punches sometimes. And, it managed to work out. We had the clubs. We were able to play practice round. Hopefully that doesn't happen on this trip. Hopefully we had all the bad karma the last time. So we're praying for easy travels this year.
Coach, best of luck. Hope y'all play well, and I hope your golf clubs get there right when y'all get there. and they're waiting when you get down to baggage. Thanks a lot for your time.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Jenna Birch joining us. That would be a terrible feeling. You make it to the regionals, and your golf clubs aren't there. What in the world? All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we have an open segment. We'll take some phone calls, 661-1037. I'll check out the Middleton Heat and Air text line if you'd rather text us. Same number, 661-1037. If you're watching on 1037thebuzz.com or on the app, be sure to hit us up on the Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers live fan feedback. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Get ready for iFiesta at D3 Auto Sales in Desert, where they'll be celebrating Cinco de Mayo all day on Tuesday, May 5th. Not only will there be huge inventory specials on every vehicle, along with door prizes throughout the day, but also free tacos for everyone who comes by and signs in, courtesy of Tacos at Toto Madre. Bring the entire family. There'll even be a kids' fun zone with games. All previous and new customers are welcome to stop by. And did we mention free tacos for everyone? It's all happening at D3 Auto Sales in Desert on Cinco de Mayo.
It's Justin Anchory with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West, getting you ready for spring. And Laura Beth, let's start with some of the outside options that Kaufman by Design West provides for folks who are trying to spruce up their homes this time of the year.
We carry a large selection of in-stock steel products, which include leaf blowers, weed eaters, and lawnmowers.
As far as sprucing up the house for spring cleaning, you have a lot of other options there as well.
We have storage totes, power washers, flower bed tools, planters, fertilizers, all your lawn care needs.
It's Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road, Monday through Saturday, online at kaufmanlumber.com. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort, is now available in Arkansas. The race for the Triple Crown begins, and you can bet the Kentucky Derby on FanDuel, where you can already bet on all your other favorite sports in addition to the Kentucky Derby. Right now, all customers get a Derby bet reset when you bet on the Kentucky Derby. That means you'll get racing bonus back if your bet doesn't win. The app is super easy to use, and you don't have to be a horse racing expert to get in on the Derby Day action. So, bet the fastest 2 minutes in sports on the FanDuel app powered by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort. Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks are registered trademarks of Churchill Downs Incorporated. 21 up and present in Arkansas. Verified FD racing account required. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires 9 days after receipt. Max refund $10 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. Guess what's right around the corner? Yep, Mother's Day. And we have the special packages for you. The Mama Time for $100. All the way up to the Mom and Me, where 2 of you get to come into the spa. Go to avabelladayspa.com, click on Instant Gift Certificates. You can print it off or send it right to the recipient. Or come on in our shop, 301 North Shackleford Road, Suite C3. That's Ava Bella Day Spa.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Damon Albarn of Blur observes, I feed the pigeons, Sometimes I feed the sparrows too. It gives me an enormous sense of well-being. And then I'm happy for the rest of the day, safe in the knowledge that there'll always be a bit of my heart devoted to it. Bird watching and bird feeding are such peaceful pastimes to pursue. And it gives all of us the chance to get in tune with God's wonderful creation and play a small part with Him in feeding these little ones. Double B's can give you the best 44-ounce soda in the city so that you can soak up that Arkansas sunshine and listen to some punk rock music and badmouth Ohio State while you watch the birds. That's what I call a perfect afternoon, my friend. And that's what I call Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Welcome back. Out of Bounds. Westmore, Joe Franklin. Let's go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Joe, while you were on the phone, and TP asked, any good fights this weekend? Normally Floyd would fight on Kentucky Derby weekend.
Have to look into the fight schedule, but as far as Floyd fighting, there's still a lot of drama there. He's supposed to be fighting a lot of times to end the year, and we're already in April, so we're 4 months in, about to be May. And he's supposed to fight 3 to 4 times, and that's kind of unusual for boxers in this day.
501 wants us to explain what reclassifying is. Reclassifying is pretty simple. In this case, it's a junior, Obina Ikizi, and he has enough credits. He's taken enough classes. He's going to graduate early, hence reclassify from a junior to a senior. Or the talk is the schools would like him to reclassify and start next year, next fall. Or I guess in May, start in the summer and be there with the team. Remember Hank Hendricks, the Fayetteville quarterback. He was supposed to be a senior this coming fall. He's a junior right now. He reclassified, and he's enrolling in Arkansas for summer school and will be on the part of the team. Back to the Milton Heat and Air text line real quick. No, we got Joey. What's up, Joey?
What's up, guys? I'm doing all right.
Hey, man, good to hear from you.
Doing good. I got a quick question for Freak on football, then some NBA. Are y'all going to sign Aaron, or what's going on?
It looks like that's going to happen, but he's just taking his time. Once again, he did the same thing last year, so we'll see what happens. Young quarterbacks, they're going to get some work right now while he's not there. And then Steelers took measures to get a compensatory pick in case he decides to play elsewhere.
Well, I'd actually like to see him and McCarthy team back up at least one more year and see what they can do. They did win a championship together. I'm kind of Cowboys are my number one team, but my mom's diehard Pittsburgh fan. So kind of
like it with the split household.
She's the original TB12 biggest fan in the world. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna tell you what, I think it's a changing of the guard right now in the NBA, Joe. I think it's Steph's getting old, Ron's up there. You're seeing all these teams that have been so good for so long, and I'm gonna tell you what, I think OKC is going to be the best team since Kobe and Shaq. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they have all the pieces in place because not only with their starters, they're so deep with that team throughout. Then they have a lot of draft picks, so they can only continue to get better. Now, it's tough to repeat and just keep it going like that. Sometimes teams get injured, and especially with NBA, that's what you see, the teams that are healthiest right now. Those are teams that look the best, but on paper, they're lined up for being in the mix for years to come. Now, what's really going to be interesting, though, Joey, is you talked about, SGA and then some of these players around the league. There's a lot of young talent all throughout the league, American players. What's going to be interesting is when they get to Olympic play, are they going to be able to keep carrying the torch because of the fact that LeBron, Steph, KD, they put that run together in the last Olympics in 2024, and they all wanted to be together to make sure that they were going to win and take one last run at it. And Steph had never played Olympics, so that was big for him. It's going to be interesting here in 2028. Victor Wembanyama, France, they're only going to continue to get better, and then we see these dominant international players from around the world. So that's what's going to be more interesting altogether.
They said this morning, I was kind of back and forth between Justin's show and listening to a couple of the other ones. They said they were up 12%, the highest ratings they've had in the first round since like 93.
Oh,
but I know why. This has been the most exciting first round of the playoffs I've seen in a long time.
Really competitive.
You know, it's just been like, I mean, Orlando doing what they're doing, and now Houston's making a run back at the Lakers, and, you know, it's crazy. Even Boston losing, you know, by 20 to Philly has been just, and then there it is, you know, like I said, OKC just going 4-0. I feel like it's them. I feel like it's their championship to lose, if that makes sense.
Spurs. Yeah, they both.
I know that Wemby is, even right now, he's not even completely healthy.
Yeah, the two most dominant teams have already finished their series. That's what we've seen so far.
Right. So, but anyways, I appreciate you guys always. I just kind of want to talk about that real quick. I'll talk to y'all soon.
See you, Joey.
Right, take care, Joey.
Back to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Was sent this article by Steve. Amazon is going to televise 3 marquee Duke games. Duke, UConn in Las Vegas on November 25th. Michigan and Duke at Madison Square Garden on December 21st. And then Duke Gonzaga in Detroit on February 20th.
Rich keep getting richer.
You know, it struck me because several times this year, Coach Calipari pointed out how many people are watching Arkansas games and where Arkansas stood in the most watched games and most watched teams in the college basketball season. It was just kind of not odd, but it just, you know, it's just something that stuck out to me that he is out there. Now, he's a promoter and that's what he does, but he made it a point several times this year to talk about the ratings in Arkansas Rangers. I wonder if he's not working on a similar deal to try to get. Think about that. That's money coming into the program.
He's always working.
And sign a deal with a Netflix or Amazon or somebody to have the exclusive rights for some of these Arkansas games. My wheels were turning when I saw this Duke news, and good for Duke. And Aaron Torres pointed out, you know, with Amazon and the way they like to promote themselves, December 25th or the November 25th game, right before Black Friday and all those sales on Amazon. December 21st, right before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's kind of a win-win for both sides. Let's go back to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. 479 says, Helfrich carried us in the Auburn game that they actually won. That is right. I remember I was driving down on the road listening to that game, and that was the Auburn game. Good catch. Wrong Alabama school. I was thinking Alabama Crimson Tide. It was the other one, Auburn. Earl says, Wes, I was a winner at Oaklawn, or at Churchill. All right, Churchill Downs. Oh, it was the Oaklawn race, right? The one that we no, that was Churchill. Breaking Hearts. Nice. That's a nice win. Good for you, Earl. I thought he was talking about the Mark the Magician's straight trifecta he gave us. The 3, 5, 3, 4, and it finished 5, 3, 4, 4, 1 in a photo. Just nipped the 6 horse right at the line, but that was a decent trifecta. So kudos to Mark for hitting race 4 and giving it to our listeners. Let's go. OKC will not beat the Spurs, according to Nighthawk. What do you think? Joe? Spurs will not beat Oklahoma City.
Well, I mean, we've seen it happen where you've had a team that won the season series during the regular season because it's spaced out and they match up well. But then when they play a series and it's every other night, it kind of changes then. So same thing could happen here.
I hope it comes down to them in the Western Conference Finals. That could be a lot of fun to watch.
It could be.
That could be a really good series.
Can't count the teams out that advance to play both those teams, though. So it is a matter of if they both get there.
So it would look. It appears like. Well, no, we know it'll be OKC and either the Lakers or Rockets. If the Lakers can hold on, that would be a great series. And then San Antonio's waiting on Denver or Minnesota.
Yeah. Yep. Those two.
Okay.
And you have to remember Timberwolves, if they advance, they're dealing with some injuries.
Yeah.
Big time.
All right, coming up, we have in the final hour, what's trending? Then at the bottom of the hour, my interview with Tay Lockett. Got to catch up with him earlier this week on More Sports. Love talking with Tay, the freshman from Conway. Went through his first spring practice and had his first spring game. See what Tay thinks of the college life and what he wants to get accomplished this summer. That interview for you at 3:30 today. Big final hour. We'll take some more calls later on and check out the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Stick around. Hour number 3 is next.
Everyone at U.S. Truck Accessories would like to extend their gratitude to the great customers that have supported them for 24 years. U.S. Truck wants to show you all how much you're appreciated. With family vacations on the horizon, U.S. Truck will install all bed covers purchased during the month of May at no additional cost. That's right, free installation on bed covers. Make your vacation better with a visit to U.S. Truck Accessories and save some of your hard-earned money. U.S. Truck Accessories in Searcy or Conway. Work hard, play hard.
Injured? Let's talk about getting help now.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8. 888-8888.
Whether injured at night, on a weekend, or a holiday,
dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialist that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Razorback football, basketball, and baseball right here on your home of the Hogs. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Governor Sanders has signed the state budget into law with little changes to the proposed fiscal year 2027 budget. The $6.7 billion budget has a 3% overall spending increase from the previous year's budget. It includes increasing funds for education freedom accounts and state employee pay raises. Governor Sanders believes this budget will fund important projects around the state. One project recently added and approved was to set aside $300 million for an economic development project in West Memphis. However, some lawmakers believe the budget doesn't focus enough on everyday Arkansans. Meanwhile, Governor Sanders plans to call a special session on tax cuts that would begin next week. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr. Hope you have a fantastic Thursday, everyone.
The Zone Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by Jim's Razorback Pizza with 2 locations, Highway 10 past Taylor Loop and just off the Morgan Maumelle exit.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a mostly cloudy day and still kind of cool. Only a high of 67 degrees today, a northeast wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and cool down to 52. Cloudy and cool tomorrow, high of 65 with a very slight chance of a shower. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
One day, one chance to win a dream vacation. Give blood with Our Blood Institute on Saturday, May 2nd at any mobile blood drive or donor center near you, and you could win a getaway valued up to $2,000 from Dream Vacations. One lucky donor will win, but every donor will receive a free t-shirt and a Magic Springs theme and water park ticket. Donate blood on Saturday, May 2nd. Reserve your appointment now at obi.org/events. That's obi.org/events.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and you can make it unforgettable with something truly special from Tipton & Hurst, Arkansas's premier florist for over a century. Tipton & Hurst is your most trusted source for gorgeous floral arrangements, fun gift baskets, and high-quality blooming plants. If you're looking for something to brighten your Mother's Day, Tipton & Hurst has you covered. Shop at locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Conway, Pine Bluff, and Rogers, or enjoy the convenience of delivery right to Mom's doorstep. Don't miss out on this opportunity to show your mother how truly special she is. Call 501-666-3333 or visit TiptonHurst.com today.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Ever Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
We got the big deals,
Steve, I think it's time to clean out our used car inventory, so we're slashing prices on everything from 4Runners, Wranglers, Broncos, F-150s, and more. Right now, we're doing sales tax paid on all pre-owned vehicles, and I've talked to the banks, and they are saying yes to 0 down.
We'll clear these vehicles out fast, so folks don't waste time. The best will go first.
Come see us today at the Big Lot, Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos has not moved yet. They're still rocking right here in the Little Rock River Market. Dueling Pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs with food and drinks every week. Reserve and learn more at WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Come and get your Willie on.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to up your per diem, you just gotta hate them funk. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes funk. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
Let's talk about the NBA playoffs. Last night, we had 3 games. We're going to start with Detroit and Orlando. Orlando had a 3-1 lead, had a chance to finish things out last night.
Give and go. Kane had it erased by Stewart. Thompson rushing ahead. Cunningham. Bottom. 6 to shoot. Cunningham shake and bake. Cunningham fires. Oh, yeah!
Cade Cunningham, the story in this game. He had 45 points on just 23 shots. Another efficient night. 13 of 23 from the floor. 5 of 8 from the three-point line. And he was perfect 14 of 14 from the free throw line. Cunningham 45, Harris 23. As Detroit wins 116-109, the number 1 seed in the East keeps their season alive, at least for another game. Orlando still with a 3-2 lead, heading back to Orlando, looking to finish this thing off.
That's the kind of game they need from Cade Cunningham, though. Problem he's been having in playoffs so far is turn the ball over. So they need him to score at a high volume, keep those turnovers down. Jalen Duren hasn't really been playing well, and he was a big part of why they were so good throughout the regular season.
Game 6 is Friday night in Orlando. Looking at Cade Cunningham last night. 6 turnovers last night. To your point, still turning it over, but had a huge night offensively.
Yeah, scored 45. That kind of makes up for it.
Pablo Banchero had 45 last night also for Orlando. Bain had 18, and Anthony Black off the bench had 19, their second leading scorer. Anthony Black, 7 of 12 from the field, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. 3 assists, 3 steals, 5 rebounds, did have 3 turnovers. But Orlando can still, the 8 seed, can still move on with a victory Friday night at home.
Just without Franz Wagner, it's going to be tough. Not that they couldn't get it done, and we've seen teams in the absence of some of their better players really play well. Saw a case of that last night, Rockets versus Lakers, but Franz, he's been playing really good. He's been playing really good during this stretch of basketball.
In the 4-5 matchup in the East, Cavaliers were hosting the Toronto Raptors. 2-2.
How about Mobley with another triple? Tyson backs up, drains the 3, and we're tied.
Cavaliers go on to win at 125-120 over Toronto. So they take a 3-2 lead. Cavaliers led by Harden and Mobley. Each had 23 points. Donovan Mitchell had 19. And Schroeder off the bench had 19. Raptors were led by R.J. Barrett. He had 25. Now Toronto has to win Game 6 at home to keep this series going to a Game 7.
It's been going back and forth. Wouldn't put that past Raptors to be able to get it done and extend this series and make it a 7-game series.
Final game last night, Lakers up 3-1, had a chance to close out the Rockets at home, move on, get a little rest before they take on Oklahoma City. Didn't go as planned.
In the corner, Thompson again, found money for Amen Thompson. Şengün, eyes up, dishes out, Smith, he got it. Timeout Lakers, Shepherd Wheeling, taking, big bucket. Reed Shepherd pushes it back to 2 possessions.
What a gutsy basket by Reed Shepherd. Mishandled the ball out top but didn't panic.
James has it ripped away. Shepherd on the steal and the flush.
Reed Shepherd had 12 points last night, Sagoon 14. They were led by Jabari Smith, though. He had 22. Lakers led by LeBron. He had 25 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, couple of steals. DeAndre Ayton chipped in with 18. Austin Reeves, his first appearance in a while, 22 points, but he was just 4 of 16 from the floor, 2 of 8 from the three-point line. Got the majority of his points from the free throw line, where he was 12 of 13. So, Lakers can't close it out. They'll have to go to Houston. Houston wins at home, could force a Game 7 in L.A. Here's LeBron.
LeBron in practice yesterday, Jabari Smith Jr. said that he feels like, obviously, the Rockets are the better team. What's the best way to respond to a group that obviously has some confidence growing over there?
I don't care about like that, bro. The game is won between the 4 lines. I don't give a damn who cares. Of course you say it. Why would you say, no, we're not the better team? But I don't. Ask one of them young guys that question. I'm too old for that.
Tonight in the NBA.
Trying to get him going.
He's all right, though. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, what are you supposed to say? Tonight in the NBA, we have 3 more games. Here are your lines from Bet Saracen. Knicks at Atlanta. Knicks favored by 2.5.
I think at some point, Knicks, they have to break through and get this thing done.
I think so.
Even though they would have the luxury of doing it in 7, you want to try to get this series over. And they played close games throughout, and Hawks they made a comeback win on their home floor. So I think Knicks, they get it done.
Boston is at Philadelphia. Boston favored by 6.5. So another road favorite. I thought they were going to close out in the last game at home. Didn't shoot the ball well. They lost. Tonight, Boston's tough.
Yeah,
because Boston could shoot great tonight and win by 15, 20 points.
Yeah, let's see what Joel Embiid does in the following game. How he follows up the 33-point game that he had and just playing dominant.
Then the final game tonight, another road favorite. Denver, a 6.5-point favorite on Bet Saracen over Minnesota. Of course, Minnesota dealing with the injuries. Denver trying to force a Game 7. Go back home. Go from 3-1 down and win that series. But first things first, got to take care of business tonight on the road against Minnesota. And I saw where the guard that had such the great game the other night, had the 40-plus game for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Once Ant went out. Yeah. He was downgraded to probable tonight.
Oh.
Yes. Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that is.
By the way, I got a note from Bet Saracen, and we've been talking about it for a while now. I guess since the beginning of the year, they had this great sign-up bonus. You bet $25, you get $250 in bonus cash. That ends tonight at midnight. So if you've been on the fence, if you've been thinking about it, tonight's the last night to do that.
Better take advantage of it.
Yeah. For new users only. If you've never had an account, you've been thinking about it, tonight's the night to do it on Bet Saracen. Let's go to the NHL now. We're going to start with the Canadiens and Lightning.
Lead feed. They've got Texier. Shot. Scores. Alex Texier. 66 seconds in.
That series was tied at 2 games apiece. Canadiens win, so they're up 3-2, heading back home, trying to finish this thing off. Flyers, Penguins. Flyers jumped out to a commanding lead. Penguins came back, was making it interesting. Penguins still had to win last night in Philadelphia.
Flyers control the faceoff. Shot from long range, score! The Flyers win it! Cam York beating the Sealofts in overtime!
Trauma right there. Home, overtime, victory, close it out. Your in-state rival, and you move on in the playoffs. 1-0 your final score, Flyers over the Penguins. And then you had Las Vegas, the Golden Knights, taking on Utah. That series was tied at 2 until last night.
Vegas trailing by 1. Theodore across, Eichel shot, save, rebound, score! Dorofeev! Right on the spot at Dorofeev, his third of the night. Vegas off ice, an aggressive stance, steal by Howden, scores! Brett Howden, shorthanded.
Just like that, the Golden Knights quickly win it in double overtime, 5-4, so they take a 3-2 lead in that series tonight in the NHL. Just 2 games. Stars, Wild at home, up 3-2, a chance to close it out. And then you have the Oilers and Ducks. Ducks at home, they're up 3-2. So both home teams tonight in the NHL have a chance to close the series out.
Been having a lot of overtime games. It shows how competitive these series have been.
Let's go to Major League Baseball. Cubs, Padres, start us off.
That is roped right field. That's back. It's got a chance, and it's gone. Stay hot, PCA. And it's 3-0, and you can tell he's starting to feel it. Pete Crow Armstrong, his second in as many games, third of the year. High fly ball, left field. That one back towards the corner. Castellanos! And that one is gone. Home run, Matt Shaw just got out. And the Cubs get some insurance here in the 8th.
They needed that insurance. They win it 5-4. White Sox, Angels.
Montgomery singles into center. And that's gonna do it. The Sox walk it off in the 10th as the Monty Monster comes through and the Sox pull off the sweep.
3-2, your final. Like you said, they get the sweep. We'll finish up with the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
It's a ton of power in that right side.
Speaking of power, that one cracked toward the gap in left center. That ball is going to go. Alec Burleson, an opposite field 2-run homer. He points to the men in the pen. The Cardinals extend the lead in the 5th. It is 3-0.
They go on to win it 5-4. Just saw where recruiting-wise, Paul Osirari has given his latest schools. This is the 5-star basketball player for 2027. It is down to West Virginia, Houston, North Carolina, Oregon, Kentucky, and Arkansas. I believe he came on a visit not too long ago. Davenport was telling us about him. Canadian, really good, obviously, since he's a 5-star. Duh. Way to go, Wes. That's great insight. But Arkansas is in the final list for him.
Calais Campbell.
Oh, my gosh.
Longtime NFL player. He's continuing to play. Going back to play for Ravens once again for his 19th season.
Somebody tweeted 40 is the new 30 in the NFL.
Yeah, he'll be 40 September 1st, so right before season starts.
That's a grind on a big man like that. You think about all those years, the punishment, but he obviously takes care of his body very well to be playing in his late 30s and now this season in his 40s. You see quarterbacks and kickers do it, but
yeah,
not often. I guess you've seen a couple of
offensive linemen. Yeah,
man,
but never on the defensive line. Not like that. That's playing at a high level.
No, that's pretty cool. He's been one of the top defensive linemen for years.
Yeah,
I mean his game I'm sure is tailed off a little bit, but it's still very productive.
A lot of tip balls at the line of scrimmage, and that gives a defense a chance to get some interceptions, get some turnovers. So he's still really productive. John Wall, who recently has said that he could still play basketball, still feels like he's an NBA player, he's taking on a new role. He's going to Howard University and he's becoming their president of basketball ops.
Wow.
So maybe this is something that starts him in a direction of either a coaching career or maybe a front office career.
Howard University, we were talking about that yesterday with the Jaquinton Smith, the transfer linebacker. Came to Arkansas, had a very productive spring, and was running with the first unit at linebacker for most of the spring. Came from Howard. That was it was funny. Yesterday we were talking to Emory Hunt, and he said there was a online discussion he was involved in about the lack of HBCUs and FCS players that were taken in the draft, and basically he said it's a simple, explanation. These guys are being seen by the Division I powerhouses and transferring, and so when they get drafted, they're being drafted as somebody from Wake Forest or wherever, not from – but these are guys who started at HBCUs and have moved their way up. And I saw that discussion after we talked to him yesterday on Twitter, and there was a story that was written explaining exactly what Emory said.
Oh, yeah.
The players are still there. They're just leaving, being seen even more – then getting drafted at their other school.
And at some point, you recognize the school where they came from. Now, there's talk during a draft of this player, because they'll show film at multiple schools sometimes when they go back into previous seasons. So there'll be some talk about where they played prior to where they got drafted from, but there has to be some credit given to the schools where they previously were because they were part of that development to get them to this point.
I cannot think of the player's name. I called his games at UCA. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, he transferred from UCA, Joe. He got drafted. I saw it on Twitter, social media. Somebody, I think it was Chris Kane, maybe it was Acree, that pointed out this is a former UCA Bear. It was Chris Kane because he's like, this guy was just all over the field at UCA.
And they did mention him on the broadcast just like that. They said he played at Central Arkansas and made his way to, I can't remember what the school was, but they did mention UCA.
That's awesome. That's good. And I hope they continue to do that and let people know and to give those schools love because they deserve it, because they're the ones who took a chance on him, developed him, got him to where he was noticed. Then he went on and took advantage of the situation and played at a higher level and ended up getting drafted.
But NFL Network does this segment called Stump the Truck, and what it is, when they get later into the draft, around 6th round, they have so much film on all these players who have entered the draft, but it's a chance for sometimes some of the viewers out there to send in names to see if they know certain players, if they have film on them. And then sometimes it's with the analysts that are right there on the panel. They'll bring up players to see if there's film on them. And this year was one that stood out where the truck actually would have gotten stumped because they were getting stumped quite a bit to begin with. And then they kind of threw some to them, some softballs where they were able to get the win in the end. But there were some people that they came with some names this year they didn't have film on that They were stumping the truck.
Joe 870 wants to know, what is Wall's connection at Howard to get into basketball operations? Is there a connection?
There's not a connection to begin with there.
I was thinking maybe he played high school ball in that area, or maybe there's somebody there at the school that he knows that gives him that opportunity.
That it's usually based on some relationship somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen that anywhere, but I did notice that. Jake Golday, thank you, guys. I knew somebody over on the Middleton Heat and Air text line would remember that. Jake Golday, linebacker at UCA, taken in the 2nd round. How about that, 2nd round? Taylor and Cabot says he went to Cincinnati, Cincy.
Okay. And as far as John Wall,
yeah,
it's a brief relationship. He was an honorary captain for them in January, and at that time, he expressed interest in wanting to be their president of basketball ops, or be a president of basketball ops on the NBA level one day. And I guess maybe those conversations went from there, and they said, okay, well, let's get your start right here.
Like, how serious are you about this basketball operations move? You want to talk about this? You never know where it may start and where you get your beginning. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I'm going to play the interview I had with Tay Lockett earlier this week. Tay, a safety for the Razorbacks, ran with the second team some this spring. Looks like he has a great future at the University of Arkansas. He loves the Razorbacks, and his family loves the Razorbacks. He's excited to be at the University of Arkansas. We'll hear from Tay when we come back. Stick around. This is Out of Bounds.
Get in the conversation with life and feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Chevy Retail Group. Chevy Colorado eats up the road with 5 available gears, and Silverado has the muscle to tow. Life and feedback from Chevy Retail Group, Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This is SportsCenter.
Silent Tactic, who won this year's Southwest Stakes at Oaklawn and finished second in 3 other stakes races, is out of Saturday's Kentucky Derby because of a foot injury. Trainer Mark Cass on Wednesday compared the ailment to a fingernail separation. Now that might seem insignificant, but it was bad enough for Cass and owner John Oxley to scratch the horse from the race. In addition to winning the Southwest Stakes, Silent Tactic finished second in the Arkansas Derby, the Rebel Stakes, and the Smarty Jones Stakes. Elsewhere, the number 7 Arkansas softball team will face number 5 Texas in the first of a 3-game series tonight in Austin. The Razorbacks are 9-5 in road games this season. First pitch is at 6 o'clock. The game will be televised on SEC Network. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
When work needs doing or the trail calls, you need a machine that's ready for both. Honda's line of Pioneer side-by-side. Choose the Compact 520, the powerful 700 series, or go big with the 1000 line. Built for 3, 5, or 6. Visit Honda of Russellville or HondaofRussellville.com today and find your perfect Honda Pioneer side-by-side. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear a seatbelt and close the side nets and doors when operating. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Nothing but net. Nice shot. Man, I miss playing basketball. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
Lower testosterone?
Yeah, men just lose their edge after 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
Nugenix, the testosterone booster.
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula. It skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours and boosts your body's free and total testosterone in just 2 weeks. Since I started taking it, my energy is way up. I feel like I did back when we played for Coach Mack, and it's even spiced things up with my wife.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text TOWER to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text TOWER to 215-215. That's TOWER to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 25 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. This is our home. We don't work for insurance companies. We work for you. Car crash, truck wreck, motorcycle collision. We know how to win. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential. Hurt in the car? Call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 25 years and ready when you need us. LeVar Law. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
This is Pat Bradley, and if you haven't been to Wood Grill Buffet in Benton, well, what are you waiting for? The Wood Grill Buffet was just rated the top buffet in Arkansas and the 15th best in the U.S. by a national organization as featured on KARK. Over 200 items, huge meat bar, salad bar, hot food bar, and the sweetest dessert you've ever seen. Open Thursday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Exit 118 in Benton. Come one, come all, come hungry.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
And you say Shot City? Shot City? Shot City?
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin with you. Razorbacks got done with spring practice. Saturday was the spring game. Had safety Tay Lockett out of Conway. Graduated a little early, enrolled in the spring, went through spring ball, and got his first taste of college football with the spring game Saturday. Got to sit down with Tay earlier this week. And the first question I asked him was, how did the spring game go?
I feel like my spring game went pretty well. It wasn't as long as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be like a full game, but it was definitely fun to just get out there while the fans were watching, my team and myself perform. But had a few tackles. I tried to bait the quarterback into throwing me a couple interceptions, but he just didn't end up throwing the ball my way for real. But it was a good overall spring game.
What was it like playing in front of fans?
It was definitely fun. I feel like I play NCAA on the video game, and when I see the whole stadium packed out, it kind of gives me chills. So the stadium wasn't, super packed out or anything like that, but just having the fans there supporting us along this journey, it was definitely super cool. Obviously, my first time in Razorback uniform, that the fans get to, see me out there just running and making plays. So it was definitely super cool just to have the fans out there supporting us.
Kind of gives you just a small taste of what it's going to be like in the fall.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I heard the fans during the warm-ups doing the woo, pig, suey. And I remember being in the stands doing it. So being on the field and hearing them doing it, it was just super full circle, super cool.
All right, spring ball is done. Give me a grade. How would you grade yourself?
Well, I'm very strict, and I feel like I can always do so much better. So I give myself overall probably a C+. Feel like I did well. I had good moments in spring, but now it's just about stacking and being consistent and just trying to get 1% better each and every single day. But I just learned a lot this spring. Grateful for Coach CJ for just coming in, taking the job as a safety coach here. And I feel like I got a lot better from my first practice to the last one. So I did enjoy it, but there is definitely a lot more room for improvement.
Now, you were taking snaps to the second team, right?
Yes, sir. With the twos and the threes, we ended up having an injury in the middle part of spring. So I was running with the twos for a good amount of spring. And then when our guy came back, I was running back with the threes and a little bit with the twos. But it was just a good overall spring. Definitely for a freshman, I feel like I came in and I made the most of the opportunities I had. I'm just excited to, build on it.
And I got to imagine there weren't many true freshmen in spring ball running with the twos. I mean, that's an accomplishment itself right there.
Yeah, for sure. I try to not get, too caught up in the outside noise. I know at the end of the day, my ultimate goal, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it happen, is to be out there with the ones and starting Saturdays in the fall.
All right, give me your best highlight of spring practice.
Best highlight of spring practice. I don't know. I feel like I had some pretty good plays. The most memorable one to me is definitely my first interception. Just going out there, I tried to one-hand it, but my ball skills were not up to par in the moment, I guess. But I still ended up coming down with the interception. So probably that one, just because like that was my first like college interception in practice. But I can't wait to get one in the fall in front of all the fans. That's gonna be a different feeling for sure.
What are coaches telling you now that spring practice is over?
Well, Coach Roberts and Coach CJ, I just had an exit meeting with both of them. They just keep telling me like just stay in the playbook. They both tell me I'm one of the very few freshmen they've been around who was able to pick up the playbook like this fast and be able to change positions between free safety and weak safety. But now their biggest emphasis on me is to just stay in the weight room and look up to par and get my body just big enough to where I could withstand, 4 quarters in the SEC for 12 games, 15 games.
How much muscle would you like to put on?
Right now I'm about 185, 186. So I want to get to about 195. So however I got to do it, I'm gonna make sure I get it done. So I'm out there playing in the fall.
You like lifting weights?
I definitely have started to find love for lifting weights. In high school, it was a little hard. Uh, it definitely does. Like when the weight starts to add up, it's it's a lot. But now, I'm around a very good strength staff and Coach Franklin and the guys she brought along with him. And they're really helping me find love for the weight room. And I feel like I'm starting to really come along in the weight room. I put on like 12 pounds, I think, in the past like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. So I'm starting to really find like joy in the weight room, and I'm just excited to, keep building on the things I've been doing and continue to do and keep growing and all things like that this past spring and just carried over into the summertime.
Is it crazy to think that your first semester is almost over?
It's definitely crazy just because time really does fly by, but I'm excited because just like that, it's summertime, and then next thing you know, it's gonna be time for the season. So I'm just super excited.
Do you know what all happens during the summer? What you guys do?
I don't actually know. I'm in for a surprise, but I'm gonna be ready for it. I'm gonna make sure we go on this break in a couple of days. I'm gonna make sure I do everything on this break to get my body 100% and ready to come back and go to work.
What do you have planned for the break?
So I'm probably gonna go to Dallas and go train with the trainer out in Dallas. Spend my whole time just training, try and get in with him like 2 or 3 times a day, lifting, field work, things like that. I'll probably get out there and do some yoga as well, just to make sure like my body is fine tuned and all that. But probably just go to Dallas and train.
All right, wait now. For spring break, you didn't go to the beach or anything. You kept working. You're going to work through this break. When do you take some time off? When do you enjoy things?
Well, I was always told you can enjoy things once it's over, but like I enjoy it in the moment. So like when I'm in the moment, when I'm at practice, I'm enjoying practice. So like I feel like I find my true happiness is football. So when I'm not playing football, I'm not gonna say I'm not happy, but when I'm playing football, I'm 10 out of 10 happy. Like I truly love football, like with my whole heart. So when I'm not playing football, I'm not truly joyful all the time. So I don't know if I truly need or want a break, to be honest. I feel like once football, like my whole career is over with, and God willingly a long, long time, then I'll sit back and, take a break.
Are you sad spring ball's over?
I'm not going to say I'm sad just because the work we put in, I don't know if anybody else in the country was like putting in the hours that we were putting in. Like we were really grinding every single day. So I'm not going to say I'm sad because that was definitely like a challenge. But I'm excited to get summer rolling for sure, just because we're going to get back out there and run it back, start it back up and continue to grind.
Can you put in perspective the progress the defense made as a whole from practice 1 to the end of the spring game?
So Coach Roberts actually keeps he doesn't tally it, but it's like a number system. And it's just about like loafs to the ball. We started off first practice. We probably had like out of 90 snaps or so, I think we had like 50 or 60 loafs. Like people not running full speed to the ball. On the last day of spring, we ended up getting it down to I think like 12 or 11. So slowly just chopping that wood, and then ultimately when summer and fall, when all that's wrapped up with, it's going to be a very fierce defense for sure.
The spring game was a defensive battle. In fact, the defense scored one of the touchdowns. What do you think about the offense?
Well, offense is a lot harder to click than defense, just because if one person messes up on offense, the whole play is kind of ruined. So it's a lot harder to click on offense, but offense just takes time, and I think we do have good offensive coaches, and offensive players. So I think we have nothing but time to just continue to get better on both sides of the football.
On that side, who do you think's like the most explosive weapon? A guy fans can count on. He's going to make plays for that offense next fall. And maybe not the number one, maybe 2 or 3. Who are some guys you can tell already they're going to be some dudes for the offense?
I would definitely say Braylon Russell, Chris Marshall, obviously, Sutton Smith. We have 2 really good quarterbacks, so I couldn't even tell you who's the one and who's not. But we have a pretty good offense. I feel like I said, you just gotta mesh it all together, and once everything clicks, I think we'll truly be a good football team.
When do you start counting down the days until the first game?
I've never really been one to count down days before the games or anything like that. I really do take it one day at a time and try to just get better each and every single day, whether that's physically or mentally. But I definitely am excited for my first collegiate season, but I probably won't count down the days. My mom actually does a really good job with that. She'll text me probably like 100 days before the first game or 20 days before the first game. Like my mom, she's so happy that I'm in this position, getting this opportunity to play in front of not only her home state's team, but my family's whole state's team. So it definitely does mean a lot to me, but also my family.
I got to wonder, in your mind, you're going to be playing next fall, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
There's no red shirting for you.
No, that's never really been an option in my opinion. I've never looked at nothing like that. I truly feel I have everything, in my toolbox to be out there helping this team win football games in the fall.
That is Tay Lockett. Tell you what, impressive young man. And that guy, as you heard right there, he is planning to help this team in the fall in the defensive secondary. And for what he was able to do as a true freshman to come in his first spring and to have a productive spring and chance to run with the twos. Got to be impressed with what Tay Lockett can do, not only this season, but the future for Arkansas in that secondary. Really good kid. Check him out. Full interview available for you over on More Sports. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap this thing up. We'll take a look at the Middleton Heat and Air text line and take some calls. 661-1037. Final segment coming up next. It's Out of Bounds.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for iFiesta at D3 Auto Sales in Desert, where they'll be celebrating Cinco de Mayo all day on Tuesday, May 5th. Not only will there be huge inventory specials on every vehicle, along with door prizes throughout the day, but also free tacos for everyone who comes by and signs in, courtesy of Tacos at Toto Madre. Bring the entire family. There'll even be a kids' fun zone with games. All previous and new customers are welcome to stop by. And did we mention free tacos for everyone? It's all happening at D3 Auto Sales in Desert on Cinco de Mayo.
Attention skilled craftsmen, Bath Makeover of Arkansas is hiring only the best that the natural state has to offer. If you're ready for your next big opportunity to have steady work and better pay, Bath Makeover of Arkansas is ready to talk to you. Bath Makeover is looking for plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers to help us keep up with high demand. Bath Makeover is growing our commercial division as well, with the ability to now install over 100 bathrooms a month. Bath Makeover can knock out multi-unit projects quickly. Easily 10 bathrooms at a time in a single week at hotels, apartments, and government housing all across Arkansas. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is looking for only experienced and qualified skilled craftsmen to join our talented team. To learn more about the job opportunities at Bath Makeover of Arkansas, visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com. Plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers, visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com.
Hello, Arkansas. Hawks is celebrating its 40th anniversary this month. In honor of that, we're selling a home at $39,995. We also have other specials going on, other models as well. Be sure to take advantage of this great deal. Only lasts the month of April. They can be viewed at Bryant and Conway or go online to hawkshomes.net.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and you can make it unforgettable with something truly special from Tipton and Hurst, Arkansas's premier florist for over a century. Tipton and Hurst is your most trusted source for gorgeous floral arrangements, fun gift baskets, and high-quality blooming plants. If you're looking for something to brighten your Mother's Day, Tipton and Hurst has you covered. Shop at locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Conway, Pine Bluff, and Rogers, or enjoy the convenience of delivery right to Mom's doorstep. Don't miss out on this opportunity to show your mother how truly special she is. Call 501-666-3333 or visit tiptonhurst.com today.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Welcome back. It is Out of Bounds, wrapping it up. Final segment of the day. Joe, let's check out the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Let's see if we can get caught up on that before we get out of here.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
I need some of those bet slips before they cash. I need picks beforehand that turn into winners.
Yeah, this is from Earl. Sent in a couple
of yeah, Earl's been hitting them at Churchill.
Okay, and then Jeff says, is the 5-star center going to announce this week?
You know, he narrowed down his top 5 on Monday, and there was some speculation that he would be announcing soon. You know, it's one of those things where yes, as a fan, you would love to get him on board and get that commitment and get him signed right now, but put yourself in his position. You know, he doesn't really, if he's going to reclassify, which most people think he is, then really doesn't need to be at his school until the summer session begins. And for Arkansas, that's late May. And I know everybody's tired of hearing about that May 27th deadline for the NBA draft to pull your name out. But, you know, you could be, I'm not saying that Obina Ikizi is going to wait until that long, but put yourself in his shoes. He does not have to make a rash decision right now if that's something that he's still going back and forth. And the latest word that I got from one of my guys is that it may be turning into a bidding war, and right now Louisville may be the ones wanting to offer the most. And so it could be a game that Akizi and his agent are playing against these teams, see where the best deal's going to come.
It's kind of the game that you play right now. When you're recruiting players, you have to allow them to look at their options, and they're going to weigh everything up. This is how it goes. Let's look at some of the latest lines on Bet Saracen for NBA games. See if anything has changed. So currently, Knicks are 2.5-point favorite. They're a road favorite. Playing Hawks tonight. Over/under is 213.5. Celtics 6.5-point favorite. Over/under is 212.5. So pretty close
think about the rankings with Texas and Arkansas, it's 6 versus 7 this weekend. Actually starts tonight. You know, the odds of Texas versus the odds of Arkansas. If you think Arkansas has a legit chance, you probably want to put a little something on them now, because if they go down to Austin and take 2 out of 3 and win that series, all of a sudden their odds are going to come way down.
Yeah, so go ahead and get in on them early. But the thing about it is they still have a conference tournament to play, and then you'll still get odds all the way through.
It's just hard. I get it with Arkansas and why those odds are so long, because they've never made it to Oklahoma City, right? They've never won a super regional. So, you know, if they are to do it this year, that would be their first. Is it a case of where they finally make it and the team is just happy to be there and not focused on winning a national championship? And when you get these teams like Texas, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, been there, old hat, expected to do it when they get there, the moment's not too big for them because of all the experience they've had at the Softball World Series.
A couple other teams that are in top 5. Texas Tech plus 300, Nebraska plus 1,000, Alabama plus 1,200.
Well, we got a huge lineup tomorrow. I'm actually going to have the day off. Kevin Bohannon's going to be hanging out with Joe tomorrow. We got Mark the Magician live from Churchill Downs tomorrow, Kentucky Oaks tomorrow. Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com will have some picks. I know Cabo's going to want to talk about Arkansas Ole Miss. Huge series for the Razorbacks getting started tomorrow night. Should be a fun show. I'll be listening while I'm on the road. I'll be checking you out.
It'll be a great Friday and an extended lineup like always. Looking forward to the weekend. We're getting set.
Joe, have a great night. Have a great weekend.
You too.
I will be back on Monday. Stick around. Drive Time Sports is next.
It's the Bumper to Bumper Certified Service Center's Indoor Car Show Saturday morning at the Conway Expo Hall. Car registration starts at 7 a.m. Car clubs, please arrive early and together. Spectators, it's free to get in, plus you have a chance to win up to $1,500 in door prizes.
One day, one chance to win a dream vacation. Give blood with Our Blood Institute on Saturday, May 2nd at any mobile blood drive or donor center near you, and you could win a getaway valued up to $2,000 from Dream Vacations. One lucky donor will win, but every donor will receive a free t-shirt and a Magic Springs theme and water park ticket. Donate blood on Saturday, May 2nd. Reserve your